right around 80 degrees, and getting into tonight, pretty pleasant sky conditions as well. Overnight lows settling down towards the seasonal 60s, and getting into Sunday, looking quite pleasant as well. A few degrees cooler, so upper end of the 70s and mostly sunny skies, and we'll keep that trend going right into Monday. Mostly sunny skies and temperatures in the mid to upper end of the 70s. From the WGN Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Tim Joyce.
Right now, it's 70 degrees at O'Hare, 71 in Midway, 70 degrees in Palatine, and 72 degrees outside the WGN studios. Chicago News 24/7, breaking news at once. I'm Rob LaFrenz, WGN Radio News.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Hey, you know what?
Tell me.
We don't have to worry about pens going missing because Eli is in the sports department today. Charlie Otis cleaned us out last weekend.
Is he known for stealing office supplies?
I didn't think so. But at least my office, I'm penless, and I haven't been penless ever here. And I'm just connecting the dots. And Charlie Otis was in last weekend, and I'm going to put it on him.
I keep my own supply.
Oh, that's nice, Eli. Eli, 7 more, and we've got a minion. Home Sweet Home Chicago coming up next. If you know, you know.
Let's talk about a home that's more than just a place to live. It's part of the city's architectural story. 850 Lakeshore Drive is one of Chicago's most distinguished lakefront addresses, surrounded by historic landmarks, top-tier dining, and incredible views of Lake Michigan. Now, starting in the 500s and featuring lakefront 2-bedroom condos for just under $1 million, these thoughtfully reimagined residences combine classic elegance with modern finishes, giving you the character of a legacy building with the comfort and style today's homeowners expect. Whether you're looking for your next primary residence, a city retreat, or simply want to invest in timeless design, this is a rare opportunity to own along the lakefront. Join an open house every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. or visit HomeSweetHome850.com. That's HomeSweetHome850.com to learn more. 850 Lakeshore Drive, where Chicago's history meets modern living.
When you buy a car, you got a lot of options. You get 4 wheels, but how many doors do you want? Do you want a trunk or a frunk? A sunroof, moonroof, or a roof that comes all the way off? With Consumers Credit Union, your team can help you find your dream car and finance it with the kind of low fees and great rates that keep your options open. Consumers Credit Union. The people in your corner. Federally insured by NCUA.
Dream grand and go to Grand Rapids, Michigan for a summer full of outdoor art and outdoor music. See the breathtaking glass creations of renowned artist Dale Chihuly spread across 158 acres at Meyer Gardens. Attend a concert at downtown's brand new Acrisure Amphitheater, hosting 45-plus superstar acts in an outdoor riverside setting. Less than 3 hours from Chicago, Grand Rapids is an easy, affordable, and totally unforgettable summer getaway. Start your trip at experiencegr.com.
The Northwestern Medicine Cancer Network has innovative treatments for every step of your cancer journey. From treating breast cancer in a way that protects both pregnant mother and baby, to performing minimally invasive robotic surgery to remove throat cancer, allowing the patient to eat that same day, and leading a lung cancer patient to a clinical trial that saved her life. That's specialized cancer expertise centered around you. Northwestern Medicine. What makes us better makes you better. Learn more at nm.org/cancer.
Every year, summer ends and the kids go back to school. This year, I'm going back too, at My Computer Career. They helped me get financial aid, and I got to choose online or on-campus classes that fit my needs. Now I'm on a fast track to a high-demand IT career where the rewards can finally match my value. Visit mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. That's mycomputercareer.edu. It's never too late to go back to school.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
This episode of Home Sweet Home Chicago is sponsored by David Hochberg and Roy Spencer from PermaSeal, Mike Epping, CenterGuard Plumbing, Mark Milstein from Peak Utility Brokers, and certified financial planner Tim Stearns. For additional sponsors of the Home Sweet Home program, please visit WGNradio.com/Home Sweet Home Chicago. Now, here's David Hochberg and Home Sweet Home Chicago.
Thank you, Mr. Jennings. Let's light this candle. Elwood, buddy, how many miles to Chicago?
106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
Hello, Chicago!
My name is David Hochberg, host of Home Sweet Home Chicago.
That's the best in the city of Chicago.
Where you from?
Chicago.
That's the Chicago.
It's time for Home Sweet Home Chicago.
We're on a mission from God.
With your host, David Hochberg.
312-981-7200, 312-981-7200. That's the Mega Pros call, text, and photo line. Packed show today. Packed show. We got Tim Stearns in here as my trusted co-host in lieu of Jeremy, who's out with family. So just sit there and monitor the text line.
I will do that.
Try not to break anything. Okay. All right, let's go around the horn here. We've got Roy Spencer, PermaSeal, over 40 years in business, over 400,000 happy clients in the Chicagoland area. Roy, power outages, storms, your advertising bill has been reduced this year because you don't have to advertise as much, but my gosh, we haven't had this much rain in 5 years. Well, a decade. Has it been a decade?
No, 2020 is a COVID year. It was. I remember that well. We had a gully washer, and it kept going all year. So that was the last time, though.
So a good 6 years.
Yeah, and it's been extremely dry in terms of annual rainfall and just the big storms, lack thereof, for all these years. But we're making up for it in spades this year.
Yeah, week after week. Or you take a break, and the ground dries up, the puddles go with them. Bam! Here comes it. And I'll tell you what, those poor bastards on the south side. And no disrespect to bastards, that's just a statement. It's just a comment. They're getting hammered. I feel so bad. That line of storms just absolutely destroying and hitting the south side of Cook County, up through Will County, just that I-55, 57, 80 corridor all the way into Indiana. Indiana's still out of power, those poor guys in Indiana. It's crazy.
It's awful. It really is, and almost probably unprecedented there.
It's
but
unbelievable.
I'm not a meteorologist or whatever, but it does seem like, I live out in the western suburbs, and the storms this year have come through us, and then it heads south and just hammers them and dumps on them and stuff. So sometimes it goes the other way. Everything's up north and things like that, because we work Chicagoland.
But the severe stuff has just been concentrating on those poor folks in the southern Cook County.
It really is incessant this year. And so I'm here to talk today about pumps and backup pumps, in deference to those people. And now we've got people literally without power for weeks. And that's, it's hard to imagine the difficult way it is with that. So I was thinking about, all the flooded basements, and they don't even have power to dry it out. They can't run fans, pumps, et cetera, et cetera. So there's things we can do and people can do to ameliorate the situation. So I'll talk about that today.
All right, Mark Milstein, because of the storms, we invited you back because there are homes throughout the Chicagoland. I thought I read something over 400,000 homes at the last big storm were out without power. I'm like, I got to get Mark back on the show. And they're all, ComEd said 400,000 ComEd customers without power. And I'm just like, there's 400,000 people that if they knew about you and knew what you did could have backup battery systems on their home if they qualify for them, and have power until ComEd got them back up and running. So, question for you, from the emailer is how much? I'll paraphrase. How much power do you have to use in order to qualify for a battery? Quick.
8,000 kilowatts a year.
8,000 kilowatts a year, and the average homeowner, the home, 1,500 square feet to 3,000 square feet, because that's where most people, most of our listeners are using about that. Is that 8,000
kilowatts a year is on the low side.
Okay, so if our listeners want to reach out and get more information, they could just email you a copy of their ComEd bill, and you can figure that out?
I can figure it out. And
okay.
If they look on their front page, there's a graph on the front page that will list every month of their usage. They can just add it up and see where they're at.
Okay, we'll get more of that, dive deeper. An email question for you, Mr. Epping.
What's that, sir?
I received, first off, I received a call from my father-in-law earlier this week, thanking me again. You had a guy out at his house. You should just get a bed. You should rent a bed in my basement. And I should trade out services for, because he's like, can't believe I had him out. He did something. Something was going on at his house. And the guy that you sent me who's going to be buying a house came out. They started talking, so, he's having coffee and cookies and coffee cake, because that's what my father-in-law does. My mother-in-law doesn't let him eat coffee cake unless he has guests, so everybody that comes over is a guest, and then he whips out the coffee cake. It's a little trick of the trade.
Nice.
Entenmann's?
No, they've gone. No, they go to Once Upon a Bagel. They got the Leonard stuff, or Once Upon a Grill in Northbrook. They bought out Leonard's. Oh, it's
all right. So the next time I send a plumber to Larry's, I've got to bring coffee cake.
No, he'll have it for you.
He hasn't done that yet. Not that I'm aware.
Well,
my guys aren't telling me, is what you're
staff
saying?
isn't telling. I'm sorry.
It's kind of like you with the chocolate chip cookies. You
That's
ate them
true.
all before I got back.
Well, I was trying to watch out for your diabetes. You got Ellen in Carpentersville sent an email, and again, the email is now up and running. WGN Home Sweet Homies. You could email all your questions, WGN Home Sweet Homies @gmail.com. So it took us 3 weeks to get that up and running. Don't ask. WGN Home Sweet Homies @gmail.com. Send your questions in, and if we read them on the air, we will send you a T-shirt. 1 T-shirt question per year. That's the rule, because I know Tim's going to want a whole freaking assortment and start making up Gmail addresses to send in questions so he can get T-shirts.
You caught me again.
Yes. Is CenterGuard Plumbing having any water tank specials today? That is the email question.
We've got 3 of them. 40-gallon atmospheric vent with a standard installation will haul away your old one for $1,295. A 50-gallon, same rules apply, atmospheric vent standard installation for $1,395. But the big one, and it's also a big tank, no one will touch this, not even close. We're offering a 75-gallon standard installation atmospheric vent. Will haul away the old one for $1,995. And that is not only an incredible price, but everyone out there listening, if you have a 75-gallon, whether it's a power vent or an atmospheric vent in your home now, they're going away the end of this October. You will not be able to get them residentially.
Interesting.
So it is quite urgent. I've been saying it for months, but if you have a 75-gallon, you might want to look at preventative maintenance, because once it fails, you're going to have to put 240s in, or you're going to have to go tankless, or it's going to cost you more money.
Phone number?
847-406-8883, or go to WGNplumber.com.
All right, we're going to take a quick break here. Tim, you want to say something while you're sitting there looking pretty, so we could go to break and come back with more Roy Spencer?
Just glad to be here, David.
Okay, that's Tim Stearns, TJ Stearns. And this is Home Sweet Home Chicago, 312-981-7200, 312-981-7200. MegaPro's call, text, and photo line. Take a break, come back with the Roy Spencer from PermaSeal, talking about backup batteries so you don't get washed out in the next storm.
WGN. They finally decided to tackle the garage. 3 hours later, they found a broken lawn chair and high school trophies no one remembers winning. Don't give up. Call Junk Luggers. They'll clear out the clutter, haul it away, and make sure usable items are donated or recycled whenever possible. In no time, that garage looks spacious. Call 1-800-LUG-JUNK or visit junkluggers.com today. Let's save your space and the planet together.
We had a newly constructed garage and wanted shelving and storage to be installed. We contacted them because we knew that they did wonderful work.
The engineer came out. He asked us first what we wanted. It was always what we wanted. And to tell you the truth, I really didn't know what I wanted.
We are talking today with mega customers Maureen and Dennis of Hoffman Estates.
First came the designer, next came the engineer, then came our opportunity to make any adjustments or any suggestions. What we had very unclear in our mind became very clear as they were so precise, explaining exactly what would be done, how it would be done. Everything turned out even better than what we might have imagined it to be. The experience was wonderful.
One mega call does it all.
847-658-8989.
847-658-8989.
Megapros.com. One mega call does it all.
Dornbos Heating and Air Conditioning is proud to launch Cooling with a Cause, supporting Project Fire Buddies. From now through August 31st, Dornbos will donate $5 for every AC tune-up, $25 for every single system replacement, and $50 for every full system replacement to help support a local child battling a serious illness. Make comfort count. Schedule at dornbos.com/WGN or call 708-831-2281. Dornbos Heating and Air Conditioning, when only a legacy of comfort and excellence will do.
Hi, I'm Tim Stearns from TJ Stearns. I find that people are generally unaware of certain factors that can significantly impact your path to retirement. Factors like healthcare, taxes, income, and legacy planning. As you approach retirement, if these elements are not addressed, it can have devastating effects. I call it the retirement riddle, and I love solving it. Call me. Let's discuss a Protect and Grow blueprint. 1-800-640-2256. My only minimum is that you're a nice person. 1-800-640-2256 or visit tjstearns.com.
If you're like me, you want your home to be handled with care. Next Door and Window, a local family-owned business, does just that.
Next Door and Window makes replacing your windows and doors stress-free and easy. Our customers buy when they're ready. Right now, get 50% off installation and 0 interest and 0 payments for 12 months.
When you're looking for great windows and great people, call Next at 844-600-NEXT or visit nextwindow.com today.
We're right next door.
End the day more informed than when you started it. Rely on Chicago's very own WGN TV News every night, evenings at 9 and 10.
Home Sweet Home Chicago.
Roy Spencer, Mr. PermaSeal.
You know, as far as your product, what's the process with that?
We have our PermaSeal way of doing things, but it starts with crack. The entire crack, the most common crack, structural crack, excavate the crack, see the crack. But that's just crack repair, and there may be a crack there may be not.
I'm also thinking about being a crack dealer. Not like a mean crack dealer, but, you know, like a nice one. Just kind of friendly, like, hey, what's up, guys?
Crack Talk with Mr. PermaSeal.
Now, here's David Hochberg and Home Sweet Home Chicago.
312-981-7200, 312-981-7200, MegaPro's call, text, and photo line. Here's a 219. Okay, it kind of leads into what we were talking about at breakfast, and that Epping blew us off and Kevin blew us off. We moved the breakfast literally next door to the studio.
Right.
Right? Like, they got our building, the fire station, and then the hotel.
Right.
Blew us off.
No, we actually walked the wrong way.
Okay.
We went east. We were supposed to go south.
There's the lake.
I know, but by the time we got
you can't
back,
you can't go east. It's Lake Michigan.
You've seen Kevin eat.
Lakeshore Drive. You can't go east. That's a bad excuse.
Okay.
All right, so let's read the texture from Maryville. Listen to this.
So, Roy, it says, here in Maryville, I was without power for 223.5 hours. There are still people out in Gary.
So if you're in a home, that's crazy. I'm not laughing. That's like a crazy laugh. Like, you're out of power for 10 days. That's caveman stuff going on here, right? I mean, it's not the 1800s where we came out here with ox-pulled carts, okay? It's 2026. Yeah. And the Bears think they're moving to Hammond. Checkbox. Probably not a good sign for Northwest Indiana. You can't even get the power up and running, and you want to steal our Bears from us. Here, fact check. It ain't happening. Okay, Roy, over to you.
Well, first of all, I think we've all been through power outages, and it's very inconvenient and aggravating and stuff, but it's also very temporary, and sometimes it's a few hours. My God, if it was out for a day, holy cats, and things. So it's really, really difficult to imagine what it's like for these poor people in Indiana who go on weeks now, and some of them still don't have power on after all these storms. So, but let's control what we can control. And so one of the worst things, obviously our business is the flooded basements. And when the power goes off, that's one of the first things you're aware of. And then when the power, comes back on, you got to face cleanup. But even so, imagine weeks you can't even get power to run your pumps or your fans or anything to dry out. And so, my heart just goes out to those people who've gone days and weeks without power. So I want to talk today about sump pumps and particularly backup pumps and battery backup pumps and generators and all those things that should come to mind, because we may not live in Northwest Indiana where the infrastructure is not what we have, but nevertheless we're all susceptible. We never know, tree goes down and power surges and all those things can happen to our home, and so there's things we can do to be prepared. So first of all, I want everybody to understand why we have sump pumps, because we dig holes in the ground for our basements and crawl spaces, and water's attracted to the holes. So you're not going to keep water away from your basement. And water gets in the hole, gets down to the bottom of the hole. It can't go any place further, so it'll rise up and come up through around your floor. So that's why we have sump pumps. And they work automatically. When the water gets too high, it'll keep that water level down so it's not pushing up through around the floor. And it allows us to drain the water away from our structure so it doesn't cause problems. So you need to have a sump pump. And sump pumps, for the most part, are electric, and so they're reliant. When the power goes out, your pump's going to go out. And so even if your basement's not finished, you don't want a flood in your basement, and your storage items and things like that, and then you got mold and mildew and all that stuff that goes on. Okay, so lesson one, you don't want a single point of failure. You can't have one sump pump. So if you have a stormwater pump that's pumping water when it rains, it's going to fail. All pumps fail. And so then you want a backup pump. And most backup pumps are battery operated, and so that way, when your primary pump fails or the power goes out temporarily or something, the other pump will just take its place and keep your basement dry. The problem, and I've been doing this for a long time, and we've been installing backup pumps for the bulk of that time. We recognize right away you can't have a single pump and have confidence in your basement. So we put in backup pumps, but the problem with backup pumps is they're battery operated, and what do we know about batteries, Dave?
When they fail, 100%.
and they get old, and they don't last forever. I don't care if cell phone, flashlights, whatever, our batteries need to be replaced. Well, people buy a battery backup pump, and they think they're done. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, now I've got a secondary backup. I don't have to worry anymore. They forget there's a battery down there. And that battery, a marine-type battery, which is specifically designed for this purpose. You can use any 12-volt battery. You can use your car battery, but it's not designed for that purpose. It's not going to work as well as a marine battery that's designed for backup pumps. So and then the battery will last optimally probably around 3 years, a good marine battery. At that point, it starts like any other battery to lose, degrading. And so, we've had people who have a backup pump and they've never replaced a battery. How old is it? It's 6 years old. Well, it still works, because every time I test the test button, I can hear the pump run and the light goes on and blah, blah, blah. Well, that means you have enough power to run the test button. And that means, but that also might mean during a storm when you really need it, and you may not have needed it for 5 or 6 years. You haven't had a power outage very often. But the day you do need it, and then it runs for 10 minutes or a half hour or 2 hours and then stops, boom. That means everything worked like it was supposed to, just the battery not got replaced. So it's very important you have a backup pump, that it's maintenance, and by that I just mean primarily is tested regularly, and that you replace the battery regularly. So then you think, well, I'll get people think about generators. They say, well, I'll get it, and then I won't need a backup pump. I've got a generator. Well, the generator works great if the power fails, and that's what caused your pump to work. But what if your pump didn't work for another reason? What if the impeller got stuck, or the float didn't work, or the discharge line got clogged? There's all kinds of reasons motor fails, why pumps fail, and power outage is just one of them. So even if you have a natural gas whole house generator, you still need a backup pump. You need a secondary pump in there, okay, so that when the pump fails mechanically.
Hold that there. I'm going to take a quick break. We'll come back, talk about that, and talk with Epping as well. But I got to hit a break at the bottom of the hour. This is Home Swim Chicago, 312-981-7200, 312-981-7200, the Mega Pros call, text, and photo line. This is Home Swim Chicago on 720 WGN.
Making the ride home much more entertaining. Lisa Dent afternoons 2 to 6 on WGN.
It's 74 degrees, sunny, and not a cloud in the sky along Chicago's lakefront at 10:30. Good morning, I'm Rob LaFrenz. The news is sponsored by North Shore Adult Diapers. 3 people end up in Lake Michigan after a single vehicle wreck on DuSable Lakeshore Drive this morning. In sports, the Cubs play the Mariners at 6:10 tonight in Seattle. The White Sox and Mets face off again this evening at the Rant, and we'll have coverage of White Sox baseball beginning this afternoon on WGN. White Sox Weekly starts at 3:30, followed by the White Sox and Mets from the South Side at 5:30 on 720 WGN and WGNradio.com. The preseason continues for the Bears. They'll play the Bengals tonight at 6 o'clock in Cincinnati, and the Fire travel to New Jersey to play the New York Red Bulls at 7 o'clock. WGN traffic, a couple incidents to talk about. The Dan Ryan, there's an accident that has the right lane blocked. Emergency vehicles are on the scene. That's inbound at Roosevelt, leading to a delay. And on the Eisenhower, there's stop-and-go traffic inbound between 25th Avenue and Central Avenue. A traffic crash on North DuSable Lakeshore Drive overnight led to 3 people taking a swim in Lake Michigan. Chicago police say a vehicle with 3 men inside lost control near 800 North Lakeshore Drive just before 1 a.m. and went into the lake. All were able to swim back to shore. A 26-year-old man dislocated his shoulder. 2 19-year-olds had minor injuries. All are non-life-threatening. The son of a former Chicago police superintendent may be dismissed from the department in an investigation into COVID funds. Officer Dana Hilliard has been stripped of police powers, but he's still earning a salary working in a unit that handles non-emergency calls. Hilliard is accused of filling out bogus applications and getting more than $18,000 in fraudulent PPP loans. The Inspector General's office has recommended he be fired. Hilliard's father, Terry, was police superintendent from 1998 to 2003. The forecast from the WGN Chicago Weather Center. Today it should be mostly sunny and dry. However, there is a 20% chance of a shower or storm, looking at a high near 80. Tonight it'll be partly to mostly cloudy with seasonal temperatures and a low of 65, a bit cooler in outlying areas. And tomorrow, partly cloudy and pleasant with a high of 77. Right now it's 74 degrees at O'Hare, 73 at Midway, 75 in Joliet, and 74 degrees outside the WGN studios. Chicago news, 24/7, breaking news at once. I'm Rob LaFrenz, WGN Radio News.
Do you know how many sump pumps fail? All of them. The question isn't if your sump pump will fail, it's when. And with summer storms rolling through Chicagoland, now is the time to make sure yours is ready. Hi, I'm Joel Spencer with PermaSeal. We've helped protect over 500,000 homes across Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana. From sump pumps and battery backup systems to ejector pumps, we help homeowners prepare for the next heavy rain. That's why we install the most reliable systems to keep your basement dry when you need them most. We're also home to the Basement Defender, the only system that tests your sump pumps daily, alerting you to potential issues before an emergency. And right now, Home Sweet Home Chicago listeners can receive 5% off their sump pump system. Visit permaseal.net/suite or call 800-421-SEAL to schedule your free inspection. And be sure to mention SUITE for your discount.
I'm here with Home Sweet Home Chicago real estate attorney and trust planning expert Dave Schluter, who has been practicing law for nearly 40 years. We discussed recently some snares buyers of commercial properties can run into that can be very costly, Dave.
Commercial buyers typically get an extended period called due diligence to see that they're not overpaying, and also try to dig around of any snags with the city or the suburbs that might mandate repairs from them and be a big booby trap after they've closed. It's also a must to get a business license running so that it doesn't get denied after you buy the building.
Dave always provides a free phone or in-person consultation, has a great staff, and you can reach him by calling 630-285-5300 or online at WGNattorney.com. That's 630-285-5300 or online at WGNattorney.com.
When I got the call and heard heart attack, I just went.
It's a 4-hour drive, and she was here in 3.
I was terrified, but once I got there, nurses explained everything that was happening. They were really reassuring and just made sure I understood everything he'd need at home.
They cared for us both and gave us a clear plan. We did not have to do this alone, and we're really grateful for that.
Advocate Healthcare. We're your advocate. Hey, I just got back from a really fun getaway to Shipshewana with the Dancing Farmer, and we packed a lot into our visit. We enjoyed some amazing Amish cooking, browsed the shops, the flea market was amazing, we took a horse and buggy ride, and caught a great show at the Blue Gate. What I loved most was the pace. It's a pace where you can slow down, explore, eat well, and just enjoy some time together. Take it from me, Shipshewana is a great escape. Discover your own at visitshipshewana.org.
Hi, this is Steve Dale. I will be live from renowned Petterino's restaurant, Booth 46, twice monthly. I'll be talking with celebrities, historians who know about the past, and Chicago newsmakers of the present. Listen to Booth 46 at WGNradio.com.
Get ready for Mean Girls at the Paramount Theater on September 12th. It's going to be so fetch. Head to WGNradio.com/contest for your chance to be one of 10 winners to score tickets and hang out with me, John Williams.
Now back to David Hochberg and Home Sweet Home Chicago.
312-981-7200, 312-981-7200. That's a MegaPro's call, text, and photo line. Programming note. The email address is homesweethomies1@gmail.com. I didn't like that email and asked my team to switch it to WGN, Home Sweet Home Chicago. But we didn't get that set up, obviously, in time. So we've got our text lines blowing up. It doesn't work. So just found out it's currently Home Sweet Homies number 1, the one, which is number 1. Don't type number 1. Home Sweet Homies 1@gmail.com. And I'm signing in right now, which should take about 2 hours to activate my computer with the technology as advanced as I am. So, Roy, if our listeners want this backup system so they reduce or remove the risk of getting their basement flooded in the event of another power outage, which seems to be happening. It's a new word, kids. It'll be on the ACT that you no longer have to take. You can, especially in the listening area, right, in the Chicagoland, Northwest Indiana listening area, because we are going to get hit again. It's just inevitable. And when the power goes out, to ensure that your basement doesn't get flooded because your sump pump doesn't have any energy or your battery has died, what should our listeners be doing?
Well, like I say, it's not just power outages. Pumps fail every day, and even backup pumps fail every day. So it's important that you check your pump every day, to make sure that they're working, because it might be working like your refrigerator. It's working today, it should work tomorrow, but one day it's not, and then you have to throw all that stuff out. Okay, well, it's the same thing with pumps. They can just fail for a variety of reasons, so that's why we have a secondary pump. And then when you introduce that, you get this sense of security. I'm bulletproof. I've got this backup system and stuff. But those fail too. They fail for the same reasons. There's a mechanical pump in there. We now introduced a battery that can get old and lose power and degrade. That needs to be replaced periodically. And then you have a charger that's supposed to keep it charged, and that may fail and not be charging the battery properly. And but you can't test it every day. Nobody has time or wants to do that. So we invented the Basement Defender. It's the only device out there. It's a patented device that will literally exercise your pumps, both your primary and your backup pump, every day at 8 a.m. And if there's any problem with any of the systems, even the charger, the battery, either pump is not working properly or up to snuff, it will send you an alert. And it doesn't send you an alert every day, only if there's a problem. And by testing it every day, the odds of you having a pump failure during a storm are almost nil. We've been doing this now for 8 years. We've got over 10,000 units. We've had nary a single basement flood when it had a Basement Defender unit in, because the odds are just significantly reduced. So we can't eliminate basement flooding. Can't tell you that ever happened, but it gets you closer and closer to 99% secure with the Basement Defender.
Where should our listeners go, and what number should they call to get more information and schedule a consultant to come out, a member of your tribe, as you like to call them, come out to check out their house?
Yeah, it's a free consultation. We'll inspect your whole sump pit arrangement, your sump pit, the discharge line, make sure everything's copacetic there, make sure you have the right pump and compatible pumps. 800-421-SEAL, 800-421-7325, or PermaSeal.net.
Mike, you were talking plumber talk here with Roy. You were talking continue it on because I thought it was fascinating. I had no idea what you might as well been talking Arabic here because, what were you guys talking about during the break?
Well, we talked about a number of things. One of them was putting a check valve on a drain line to stop, and whether it's sewage or rainwater coming back into your home and flooding it. So that was one thing we talked about. With the battery backups, Roy did a great job of explaining it in detail. And what he said that you don't hear a lot of people say is that battery 3 years. And he's absolutely right. So if you've had a battery, it doesn't matter who put it in there, whether you put it in yourself or you had a licensed plumbing company, PermaSeal, CenterGuard Plumbing, anyone that put that unit in, 3 years is about the battery life for that battery. So that's something you want to be aware of.
I guarantee you, I will make you a bet that more than 85% of our listeners right now, after that it was installed, have no idea the date it was installed.
It for granted.
Yeah, right. They have no idea the date. I can't believe I've been living in my house for 5 years. Okay, let me just put it to you like that. I'm like, what? Okay, so
I can't believe Elise is living there with you.
With me.
Right.
Right. For 25 years. Right. Forget it. I took the over on that. I took the under, actually, and I lost, but I won, if you know what I mean. Follow that one. Yes. But most of our listeners have no idea. I am telling you, 85 is probably low, okay? And the next flood that comes through, and we are going to, I don't know what the hell's going on, but we are in a pattern here of just getting whacked. I can't wait for the winter. If this continues the winter, we're going to have snow coming out up to our eyeballs. And then that snow is going to melt, and it's going to, if you don't have the backup, boom, you're going to be a problem. And that's how I got a hold of Roy. I mean, that's how we met. It was after the Super Bowl. It was during the New England, I think, against the Cardinals, okay? And it was a middle of a snowstorm, and I called up, we were on the other station. I said, hey, get Roy on, because all of the snow is going to melt, and it's going to come into everybody's basement, and we don't have a backup. I need a PermaSeal on. I've got to talk about this, and that was Roy's first show, was after that at another station. But it's important, and you're 100% right. It's going to come in. That water's got to go someplace. And if these poor people in Indiana, thank God we didn't have another soaker, like we did that took them out 10 days ago. But if we did, not only would you have everything going bad in your refrigerator and freezer and all of that stuff, and your kids crawling the walls because, God forbid, they get a coloring book out. It's got to be plugged in. You got to turn your car on to power all your electronics and charge everything. Your basement's going to have to get torn out, and most insurance won't cover that.
Yeah, and the other thing, too, is Roy pointed out, is an unfinished basement. People think, I don't have to worry about it. My basement's not finished. That's not true.
Right.
A water heater, if it gets water in the water heater, it has to be replaced. Now, some people will tell you that they'll dry it out and they can get it lit and all of that, but your manufacturer warranty on the water heater is gone instantly. Your furnace, it's the same thing. And we had, I'm sure Roy can tell you the same thing. I mean, we had customers that had 6-7 feet of water in their basement. Jeez. And they're calling us to replace their sump pump. They still don't have power. There's nothing we can do.
Right.
So we turn them over to a restoration company to have somebody come out and literally pump it out. But they need new water heater. They need new furnace. They need new sump pump.
You know what else they need? At least $10,000 to pay that restoration company.
Oh, yeah.
That's where it's going to start.
Yep.
Okay, it's 10 G's for the truck to show up and start bringing in all the equipment. And most of our listeners do not have the coverage for the restoration, the drying out, and then forget about that. Then you got to replace.
Yep.
Okay, and if you've got your stuff on pallets, congratulations. I'm happy for you. But if half our listeners don't, there goes the carpet, there goes the padding, there goes 2-3 feet of your drywall because you got to get behind the walls. There goes everything. All your electronics. Forget about it. I got a text message. We're going to come back because we kind of shifted a little bit here. 312. Recently had CenterGuard Plumbing come out for a leak. We opened the wall and ceiling and found, I thought it would be a leak in a pipe, but the CenterGuard plumber identified the problem as failed caulk around the tub, an easy fix. They also replaced the cartridges in all the faucets. The plumber suggested that since these older non-stock items, it would be less expensive for me if I purchased the parts and he would come out and install them. All of the CenterGuard staff, from scheduling to the plumbers, were great. I see why this is the only company David trusts to touch his pipes. Thanks, John in Schaumburg.
Thank you, John. I appreciate that very much, and your business.
So there you go. We're going to take a quick break, come back with more CenterGuard because you want to plug your water heaters that I have 2 now in a warehouse with Hochberg on it. So stay away from my 75-gallon. I know you're jealous, Tim.
It's nice to have Roy talk because he's very calming, and then you should do decaf at breakfast.
Okay. I told Roy this walking over. I control the mics, so we got another 2 hours and 15 minutes. You could sit there and you could talk and nobody will hear you. Kind of like being at home with your wife. 312-981-7200, 312-981-7200. That's a MegaPros call, text, and photo line. More with Mike Epping, CenterGuard Plumbing, after these messages.
Think mosquito season is winding down? Think again. Mosquitoes stay active through the fall, and they're more than just a nuisance, folks. They can spread diseases that affect both people and pets. Schedule your new Healthy Home Maintenance plus mosquito service by August 22nd. Mention you heard us on the station and get $75 off. Trust your home to local, family-owned pest experts since 1860. Call 1-800-GOT-PESTS or visit rosepestcontrol.com for your free quote.
You may already know Mr. Floor for the beautiful wood floors that we install, sand, and refinish. Mr. Floor is a full-service local Chicagoland company who has provided homeowners and businesses with complete flooring solutions for over 30 years. Hi, I'm Igor Marak of Mr. Floor, and born out of our extensive experience and knowledge with hardwood floors comes the best hardwood floor cleaner on the market. As we visit Chicagoland homes and businesses every day, we see the damage that incorrect floor maintenance can cause. Most people are not cleaning their hardwood floors properly, and as we all know, a bucket of water and a mop is the surest way to ruin a wood floor. Forget about those harsh chemicals and cleaning products that leave your floors hazy and lifeless. We've researched, developed, and now produce the best hardwood floor cleaner ever. Our cleaner breaks the bonds of dirt and grease from your floor's coating without harming it. It's also eco and pet friendly too. Thousands of Mr. Floor clients have been using our cleaners for years, and now you can too. Visit us online at MrFloor.com to learn more and place your order. Use promo code WGN at checkout for a special offer. Mr. Floor, the first and last name in floors.
Hey Chicagoland, it's Tommy from Erdman Outdoor Living. Imagine stepping into a backyard designed for the way you really live, with morning coffee, family dinners, game days, and relaxing nights outside. At Erdman Outdoor Living, we help homeowners create custom outdoor spaces with beautiful decks, backyard remodels, and structure pergolas that let you control the sun, shade, and shelter with a touch of a button. As the exclusive structure pergola dealer in the Chicago suburbs and southern Wisconsin area, Erdman combines thoughtful design, quality craftsmanship, and a seamless process from consultation to completion. It all starts with a personalized design consultation where our team helps you plan a low-maintenance outdoor space built around your home and your lifestyle. Add lighting, fans, and screens, and your backyard becomes the place everyone wants to be. Mention WGN Radio and get 10% off your project, plus 3 years no-interest financing. Schedule your design consultation today at erdmanoutdoorliving.com or call 847-860-6811 for Erdman Outdoor Living. Tell them Tommy sent you.
I get this question a lot. How often should I have my chimney and fireplace inspected? The answer is every year. Annual inspections ensure the safe operation of your home's fireplace. So if you can't recall the last time you had your chimney and fireplace inspected, schedule that inspection now with my friends at Lindemann Chimney Heating and Cooling. My advice? Beat the rush and their busy fall season. Schedule today. It's just $99 for a complete chimney inspection. Visit WGNfireplace.com. That's WGNfireplace.com.
Let's review.
I have an outdoor grill with a direct tap. So he's like, turn the valve off, step away from the machine. We don't want a fire and an explosion.
And the nice thing is we fixed it. We brought some hydrogen peroxide.
Yeah.
We even cleaned the blood off of the brick.
Wow. I had 7 Band-Aids on that Saturday. Still did the show.
Wow, that's impressive.
Bob Surratt would have been laid up.
I'm shocked he didn't end up in the neighbor's yard, 2 blocks away because he blew himself up.
Now, here's David Hochberg and Home Sweet Home Chicago.
312-981-7200. I still get compliments from my gas hose. It's very long and it's positioned perfectly. I just want to throw that out there. Thank you, CenterGuard, for laying the hose in my house. 312-981-7200, 312-981-7200. That is the Mega Pros call, text, and photo line. So you had talked during the opening of the show that the 75-gallon tanks are going away, and mine are 5 years old now. I still cannot believe I moved in 2021. It's crazy.
It flies.
Time flies, and I'm just like, hello. I'm, my daughters take after my wife. They take hot showers basically it's a third-degree burn, right? They blister, and then when the skin starts to roll up, they get out. Okay, it's ridiculous. I get water alerts from the village of Northbrook. Your water usage is going. I'm in and out. I'm like an Indy pit stop, right? Boom, hair, underarms, down below, boom, shower, brush my teeth. Right. If I got to shave, boom, I'm 3 minutes, tops. Well, look how good I look, Tim. I know that's what you're thinking. It's amazing 90 seconds.
Handsome.
Yes, 180 seconds it is. So the water heater special.
Yeah, it's big. The 75-gallon, most people are not aware. So every opportunity I get, I want to let you know if you have one, that this is the time to do preventative maintenance if it's over 7 years old. Don't get caught a year from now when that 8-year-old tank or 9-year-old tank fails and you've got nothing to replace it with except going the more expensive route of putting 2 water heaters in to make up for that, or putting a tankless in, or even 2 tanklesses depending on the size of your home and how much water that you actually use. People, jacuzzi tubs, large soaking tubs, or like David's family, you just use an absolute ton of hot water. Get ahead of it now. And for $1,995 for a 75-gallon atmospheric vent with a standard install, we're going to take away that old water heater too. That's part of that price. So now's the time. You've got till the end of October, and what'll end up happening is the supply houses will buy a bunch of them, the plumbing companies will buy a bunch of them and have them there, but guess what? They're going to get a lot more expensive. As they go away, those prices are going to skyrocket. So, now's the time if you have a 75-gallon.
Do you offer financing opportunities for listeners who are in need of a water heater but are tight on funds because of the economy?
Yeah, actually, as of last month is the first time we have offered financing, so that is readily available for you if you need it.
And you would come – so you said preventive maintenance. What type of preventive maintenance are you talking about? I guarantee you most people that are listening right now, most of our listeners – do not know, like we already mentioned, how old their backup battery is, and have done zero maintenance on their water heaters. On their furnaces, maybe outside shot that they might have replaced an air filter in the past 36 months. Again, most likely not, because people don't think about that. Our listeners don't think about that. What type of maintenance, and you had once offered a service for $99 for a flush?
Yeah, and we still offer that. So if you want to get the water heater flushed, if the tank's already 10 years old, it's not going to do you a lot of good. I would just put that money into a new unit. Normally, life expectancy on a water heater is 7 to 12 years. Now, there's people out there that might have one that's 20 years old. That's extremely rare. But the warranty on them are generally 6 years, and once you get into the 75,000 BTUs for a 75, they tend not to last as long as the smaller water heaters.
So why are they going to smaller? What's the logic behind
energy savings? So they've got to meet quotas just like for gas efficiency for vehicles, and the only way the manufacturers of the water heaters can get to the numbers that they want them at is to eliminate that 75,000 BTU 75-gallon water heater. So it goes away.
Okay, so I'm just going to use some crazy logic here, right? You have a 75-gallon water heater that's going to be obsolete. So you now have to replace a 175. It's math. Okay, pretty good numbers. You're going to replace one 75-gallon water heater with two 40-gallon water heaters. So instead of powering up and heating up a 75-gallon water heater, you're now going to be powering up two 40-gallon water heaters. So could somebody tell me how this math makes sense?
I can't tell you. Because if you take two 40s, they're each 40,000 BTUs. Now you have 80,000 BTUs. But you've got more insulation in the smaller tanks than you do in the 75. So what they're basically saying is when that tank is idling pilot or you're just using a little bit of water at a time, you're using more energy, more gas to get that to heat up, and it's less efficient. Even though the BTUs, I agree with you completely. I think they should keep them around. I was talking to everybody in the break that in 2029, it used to be 2028. They actually moved it back to 2029. They're getting rid of in 29 all atmospheric vent water heaters. So if you've got metal venting on your water heater, those are going to be gone in 3 years.
And what are we going to do then?
You got to go to heat pumps or tankless water heaters.
How long do on-demand water heaters work from the 630?
how long do they work?
Yes, that's the exact
Yeah,
phrase.
the unit that we put in is made by State, and they have a 15-year warranty on the heat exchanger and the main parts. Tanklesses, if they're maintained, and that's the beauty of them. I've never pushed tankless until this spring, because now I believe that the technology is there. They actually have filtering units on them where in the past, your tankless the last 20 years needed to be delimed and descaled annually.
Mhm.
Well, you've already pointed it out with air filters. People don't do that.
Right.
So what ends up happening is their tankless fails because it's completely lime and scaled up, and it overheats and it starts leaking, and now you're looking at another $4 or $5 grand to replace a tankless. So the unit now that we provide, that we sell, the State unit, does not need to be delimed or descaled ever.
Okay.
Whether it's hard water or not. Not another manufacturer can say that.
Phone number?
847-406-8883 or WGNplumber.com.
I got to clear something up here because now I'm being 630. You want to read that about the Cardinals not being in the New England. New England has never played the Cardinals.
I read that
in a Super Bowl. Well, excuse me. Okay, February 1st, 19.3 inches of snow we got. The New England Patriots played the Seattle Seahawks in Phoenix at the Cardinal Stadium. So I apologize for being a little off. Okay, it was in Glendale, so I get a half a point. And we got 19.3 inches of snow, and I had the first lunch with Roy shortly thereafter with his beautiful bride, Laura Ann Spencer. Okay, so let's keep it in check here.
But may I read the other one where they say, we are concerned about David's health. Please ask him to breathe deeply and keep the oxygen ready until EMS shows up.
Yeah, Manish Tanaha Laila Hazeh. 312-981-7200. I'll explain that later. 312-981-7200. Why should this night be different than any other night? That's what we say at Jews say at Passover. 312-981-7200. MegaPro's call, text, and photo line. This is Home Stream Chicago at 720 WGN. The news is next from the Northwestern Medicine Newsroom.
You know, if I had to guess, I bet there are over 50 different roofing companies you could get a quote from for a new roof within a 100-mile radius of Chicago. But for me, Lou Manfredini, the one I would hire, and I have, is Lindholm Roofing. They've been in the roofing business since 1949. You know, you hear the term family-owned a lot, and quite frankly, some companies are stretching that truth. You see, at Lindholm Roofing, running their business are Tim, Ryan, Mallory, and Rebecca Lindholm. They have employees that have been with them for over 30 years. That says a lot to me. They do the highest quality work at the fairest price. So whether you need a repair, a new roof, gutters, siding, or tuck pointing, Lindholm is the right company to call. 773-283-7675. That's 773-283-7675, or just go to lindholmroofing.com. Lindholm Roofing. Their family has your family covered. And they mean it.
It's Mark Olson from Redo Cabinets, and I got a terrific offer for you. To celebrate Labor Day, Redo Cabinets is going to discount the labor. What does that mean? It's simple. 75% off installation on all Redo Cabinets projects, plus payments as low as $195 per month. That's right, 75% off installation. Redo Cabinets, premium cabinet facings with dozens of colors to choose from. Options for hardware and backsplashes and accessories. As always, exceptional service and a process that costs less with no mess and less stress. Call us today for a free, no-obligation consultation. Redo Cabinets, 630-381-5583. 630-381-5583. Or visit us online at redocabinets.com. That's 630-381-5583. Don't replace it, redo it with Redo Cabinets.
Enjoy America's pastime while supporting our local heroes. The 26th annual CPD Finest versus CFD Bravest charity baseball game. Friday, August 28th at Rate Field. Show Chicago police and firefighters your support. For $10, you'll enjoy a fantastic night. Opening ceremonies honoring our heroes at 6. Game at 6:30. Family fun, free parking, and a spectacular fireworks show. Benefiting the Chicago Police Memorial Foundation and the Gold Badge Society. It's August 28th. Get your tickets at cpdmemorial.org. Student loan laws are changing. If you're a parent who already borrowed federal student loans, it's never been more important to act than right now. This summer, major changes are coming to repayment and forgiveness programs. If you don't take steps before the changes hit, you could permanently lose access to lower payments or forgiveness. Loan servicers won't explain this. An experienced student loan attorney will. Call Kaplan Law Firm, 312-294-8989, or visit financialrelief.com. Kaplan Law Firm is located at 25 East Washington in Chicago.
The best local resources combined with the global resources of News Nation. This is the station that keeps you informed. Chicago's very own, on air and online. WGN Chicago. A Nexstar Media Group station.
It's 76 degrees, sunny and clear along Chicago's lakefront at 11 o'clock. Good morning. I'm Rob LaFrenz. The news is sponsored by AllAboutAccess.com. The slow restoration of power in Northwest Indiana has led to a lawsuit.
8 home runs for Chicago baseball last night. Only one team came out on top.
WGN traffic on the Eisenhower. There's an accident that has the 3 right lanes blocked. Reportedly a vehicle sideways across 2 of those lanes, and that's happening inbound at Canal Street, leading to a big delay. NIPSCO says it's restored power to about 5,000 Northwest Indiana residents overnight, bringing the remaining number of outages from the August 11th storm to about 33,000. WGN's Jewel Hillary reports.
Customers in Griffith, Hobart, Maryville, and East Chicago should have been brought back online last night. Hammond, Highland, and Schererville should be restored by late tonight. Lake Station should have power again tomorrow. Munster on Monday, and power should be restored to Gary and Portage by Tuesday.
Meanwhile, a class action lawsuit involving thousands of customers has been filed against the Northern Indiana Public Service Company. NIPSCO is accused of not maintaining the vegetation around power lines, which has led to delays in getting the power back on. Chicago police have released some surveillance images of a suspected gunman who shot and killed a Chicago Transit Authority worker back in June. WGN's Ryan Burrow reports.
57-year-old Thomas Kevin Barlow was found with a gunshot wound to his chest just after 4 a.m. on June 29th in the 9900 block of South State Street in the Roseland neighborhood not far from a CTA Red Line station. According to police, Barlow was carjacked and killed. He had worked for the CTA for 20 years. Detectives have released enhanced imagery showing the unidentified suspect wearing a gray sweatshirt with a bear claw on the back. A $12,000 reward is being offered for information leading to an indictment or an arrest.
You can leave a tip at cpdtip.com. Tips can be anonymous. President Trump is looking to boost beef imports. News Nation's Mike Vaccaro reports.
President Trump announcing on Truth Social, for the next 90 days, the United States will allow up to 300,000 metric tons of product for ground beef to be imported with no out-of-quota tariff. The president says the deal will, quote, substantially lower the price to consumers. The move comes as shoppers see record high prices, including an over 50-cent jump for ground beef since last August. All told, prices are up 25% since President Trump returned to the White House.
Meanwhile, steep tariffs on Canadian goods are now in effect after trade talks collapsed after weeks of negotiations. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney made the announcement Friday night and says the tariffs impact about $20 billion worth of Canadian imports. Carney said Canada will match those tariffs dollar for dollar to protect our workers and businesses. Closing arguments are expected to begin next week in the murder trial of Lindsay Clancy, who's accused of killing her 3 children in Massachusetts 3 years ago. News Nation's Marcus Espinoza reports.
Clancy has pled not guilty by reason of insanity. And over the past days in court, her defense has brought people who knew Lindsay Clancy personally, as well as expert witnesses to testify that she was struggling with her mental health months before the killings occurred. Witnesses, including her husband and the forensic psychiatrist who saw her the day of the murders, painted a stark picture of a woman battling severe depression, sleep deprivation, and other issues.
The trial has garnered national attention from mental health advocates. China is issuing its biggest ever car recall over door handle risks in electric vehicles. It involves more than 4 million vehicles, 3 million of them made in China. There are Tesla EVs, including Model 3, Model Y, Model X, and Model S vehicles. Next year, the country will implement a ban on hidden door handles that are commonly seen on Teslas, saying in extreme collisions, the car handle could hinder a quick exit or prevent rescuers from getting in. Chinese car makers are also part of this recall. Software updates and warning labels are part of the fix. WGN Sports Time, 11:04.
Jake Rogers has won 4 different uniforms this season, and last night he hit his first career walk-off home run in White Sox colors. His trip around the bases was the 4th long ball of the night for the Southsiders, with the first 3 coming in successive fashion, which erased a 4-0 deficit in the 6th inning. The 6-4 win extended the White Sox lead in the AL Central to 4.5 games. And we're going to have coverage of White Sox baseball this afternoon for Game 2 of the weekend series. Coverage begins with White Sox Weekly at 3:30 right here on 720 WGN and WGNradio.com. The Cubs fell in extra innings 6-5 to the Mariners last night, despite 4 home runs, 2 of them coming from Alex Bregman. They'll go at it again at T-Mobile Park this evening. David Peterson starts for the Cubs, going against baseball's top pitching prospect, Cade Anderson. He was called up yesterday by Seattle. First pitch coming up at 6:15. And the Bears are in action tonight as they visit the Bengals for preseason game number 2. Similar to last week, a majority of the starters will not play, and backup QB Tyson Bagent did not make the trip to Cincinnati. Case Keenum and Miller Moss will split reps under center. Position battles at left tackle, wide receiver, and in the secondary will continue, with kickoff coming at 6. I'm Eli Burke, WGN Sports.
Pretty beautiful Saturday around Chicagoland. Along the lakefront, though, some extra cloud cover and a few lake effect sprinkles or showers a possibility as we get into the afternoon. High temperature right around 80 degrees for today, and tomorrow looking at mostly sunny skies, comfortable humidity levels, temperatures in the upper end of the 70s, and we'll repeat that on Monday as well with just as gorgeous of conditions. Tuesday, slightly higher humidity levels, temperatures in the low end of the 80s, and a slight chance for some late showers and possible thunderstorms. That continues into Wednesday as well, with temperatures in the muggy mid to low end of the 80s. From the WGN Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Tim Joyce.
It's 74 degrees at O'Hare, 73 at Midway, and it's 76 degrees outside the WGN studios. Chicago News 24/7, breaking news at once. I'm Rob LaFrenz, WGN Radio News.
Thank Rob. This is David Hochberg, Rob, host of the #1 rated show here on Saturdays, 10 to 1, in case you didn't know.
Well done.
Home Sweet Home Chicago. We got Mark Milstein, Peak Utilities Brookers, coming up after these messages.
When it comes to selling your home, the difference between a good result and a great one comes down to 2 things: preparation and exposure. No one delivers both like the Sarah Leonard team. Hi, it's Sarah Leonard. With over 500 homes sold every year, our team has the strongest, most active buyer network in all of Illinois. Many times, we already have the buyer before your home hits the market. That means more eyes, stronger offers, and a faster path to top dollar. Does your home need updates to shine? We'll coordinate improvements, repairs, and prep work with the payment due at closing. You get maximum value without the stress or the out-of-pocket cost. When you combine strategic marketing, unmatched exposure, and a buyer network this powerful, you don't just list your home. We position it to sell for more. Your home sold guaranteed, or we'll buy it. Call 224-263-1238 or visit WGNSarah.com.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years guaranteed? Now through August 24th, new Xfinity customers can get our best price on gig Wi-Fi this summer before it disappears. Just $50 a month for 5 years. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included. Plus, get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a 6th sense. Plus, it keeps you protected from online threats. And get Peacock Premium included for 2 years. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable. Learn more at Xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi.
Feel the roar of the river. Get ready for a weekend full of high-speed action and non-stop excitement at the annual Kankakee River Valley Regatta Powerboat Races. These octane-filled, adrenaline-pumping national powerboat races take place Friday, September 4th through Sunday, September 6th. There's no better way to spend your Labor Day weekend than to soak up the thrills on the south bank of the Kankakee River. Whether you're a longtime fan or experiencing the regatta for the first time, there's something for everyone. Catch the heart-pounding races, enjoy local food truck favorites, and kick back with a cold one in the beer garden. You heard it here. The Kankakee River Valley Regatta is the place to be. It's all happening Friday, September 4th through Sunday, September 6th. Secure your $10 pre-sale parking pass and book your overnight stay at visitkankakeecounty.com. That's visitkankakeecounty.com. Celebrate an unforgettable weekend on the water at the Kankakee River Valley Regatta.
This episode of Home Sweet Home Chicago is sponsored by David Hochberg and Roy Spencer from PermaSeal, Mike Epping, CenterGuard Plumbing, Mark Milstein from Peak Utility Brokers, and certified financial planner Tim Stearns. For additional sponsors of the Home Sweet Home program, please visit WGNradio.com/Home Sweet Home Chicago. Now, here's David Hochberg and Home Sweet Home Chicago.
Thank you, Mr. Jennings. 312-981-7200, 312-981-7200. So Mark Milstein, about a month ago, right after you came on,
yes,
and talked about the backup battery system, we got a storm that blew through the area. Roy's phones blew up. He stopped advertising. Everybody in radio advertising in Chicago had to go get a second job because he cut back all his advertising. And I saw something on the ComEd Facebook page or Instagram. Over 400,000 borrowers were out of power. And they were given an update. Hey, here's where we're at.
Correct.
ComEd is being proactive. Hey, sorry, the power's out. We just got hit with this huge, just predominantly on the southwest side of Cook County. So they got all that, and I'm thought about if these folks would have listened to Home Sweet Home Chicago, you would have had a backup battery on your home, and you'd be able to power through this until ComEd came through. A lot quicker, by the way, than our fine folks in Northwest Indiana. Bears are going where they don't have power for 10 days, sure. So Epping was asking, what do you do? So wanted to explain what do you do for everybody, all the listeners that weren't on last time, and how you could help them.
Okay, what I am is considered as an energy broker, where I deal in alternative suppliers for gas, electric, solar without solar panels. And now we brought on complete home battery backup systems where we can power your home. I can't guarantee how long, but I would say fully charged batteries could last up to 24 to 48 hours, depending on how many batteries you get on your home. And, of course, it depends on how much you
are using. Power.
So, my suggestion is power down your house as much as possible to save and reserve the power in the batteries. What everybody's been talking about, Roy and Mike, and the backup systems, the backup pumps, absolutely. What we do is that we bring you the extra power so that if there is a long-term power outage or your battery backup system, your 12-volt battery only has 3 hours of life left in it because you haven't checked it, our system would take over automatically for you. The other benefit that we have is that our batteries come with a portal, so that if you do have a gas-powered generator, and a lot of my clients do have gas-powered generators, you can plug it into our batteries. So on a long-term power outage, 3, 4, 5 days, you can manually recharge our batteries with the gas-powered generator that will continue the flow of power for your entire house, not just for your sump pumps or freezer or refrigerator.
And it's not just for residential. You also help our listeners on the commercial side if their name is on the electric bill.
If their name is on the electric bill, we're doing small warehouses at the present time to help them also, because you have a business that's operating. If they can continue with their power, that would be something that they're looking for.
Also light office, like a guy that might own a property in Arlington Heights. Right on, what road is it?
It would be Northwest Highway,
yeah.
David.
Northwest Highway, single building, single owner, or it doesn't have to be the owner occupied, but it would have to be the owner on the electric bill. We could try to outfit him.
Check.
Yeah, we checked all the boxes.
So I made a recommendation when the Bears build in Arlington Heights, because they're not going to Indiana. Please stop with the Michigas. I said he's so close that he should rent out his
parking lot
for tailgating.
Correct.
And let's just say the power goes out, and here in Chicago, in Arlington Heights, which is Chicago for all practical purposes, ComEd's going to have a warehouse-sized backup plant so they could play football. And then when Tim rents out his parking lot for the tailgate, boom, plugs in, tailgaters are ready to go. You got the food truck there, parking, dancing guys, dancing girls, because you know you are into dancing guys.
Yeah.
And then you just have the party, and then they can walk across the street to the stadium. Boom, you're welcome. Thank you.
Now my wife knows my secrets.
Yes.
Okay.
Back to Mark.
And if the power goes out, he could have TVs operating off the power battery.
You guys are so good to me.
They don't even have to leave your parking lot.
That's right.
Okay, so let's go back to this power opportunity to reduce the 300,000, 400,000 listeners out there
that lost
power. There is a great chance, if you're serviced by ComEd,
correct,
that you would qualify for a no-cost backup battery system against their house.
Correct. You need 8,000 kilowatts a year, as we mentioned earlier. You need a 600 credit score.
600 credit score, okay.
And then we go out to make sure that there's enough room on the outside of your house to mount the batteries.
Okay, so all you have to do, it's very simple. You send your bill to, because I wanted to start branding this email address, Home Sweet Homies, Home Sweet Homies 1 at Gmail. All you have to do is send your electric bill, your ComEd bill. That's the important. ComEd bill to Home Sweet Homies 1 at Gmail. I will forward it to Mark, and Mark will take care of it. That is for both business and commercial.
Correct.
And you will see through a quick analysis if they qualify to get these complementary backup systems, battery systems on their home.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And I do want to mention that we're in Texas also, and we did have a listener from Texas contact me, and we are moving forward with that Texas customer.
Now, you would never think that Texas would go down. Remember a couple of years ago? They had the ice storm?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, and they didn't have the backup system to burn the ice off the power lines, and the entire system went down. Remember that?
Absolutely.
Genius move.
And we should also mention that along with the batteries, we will guarantee you a 25% reduction in the supply side of your electric bill, guaranteed for 2 years. And after the 2 years, we will guarantee to meet or beat the lowest price advertised electric price out there.
So there is no cost to our listeners if they email their electric bill to homesweethomies1 at gmail.com. I'll send it to you. Again, I want to brand that email address because that's where I want everybody to start sending in their questions to the experts for next week. And when we read them, if we select them, you'll get a complimentary T-shirt that I haven't made yet. But you will get the complimentary T-shirt. So our phone number for listeners want to reach out to.
847-302-8310.
Is this the company that's a competitor of Base Power?
Yes, we are.
Okay, so everybody is seeing Base Power pop up on their feeds, on their internet, on their Instagram and Facebook and all your social media feeds. This is the same company, and this is a local representative for the competing company. Just wanted to throw that out there. Phone number one more time, Mark.
847-302-8310.
Tim, we're going to take a quick break here. Can you hold it?
I can. I do have a question for you.
Okay. Good. We're going to take a break.
Right.
All right.
Yeah, we're on the same page.
312. Hold
I do what I'm told.
Hold the question.
30 years of marriage, I do what I'm told.
Okay, I just want you to hold that question. 312-981-7200, 312-981-7200. It's a MegaPros call, text, and photo line. This is Home Sweet Home Chicago at 720 WGN.
Let's talk about a home that's more than just a place to live. It's part of the city's architectural story. 850 Lakeshore Drive is one of Chicago's most distinguished lakefront addresses, surrounded by historic landmarks, top-tier dining, and incredible views of Lake Michigan. Now, starting in the 500s and featuring lakefront 2-bedroom condos for just under $1 million, these thoughtfully reimagined residences combine classic elegance with modern finishes, giving you the character of a legacy building with the comfort and style today's homeowners expect. Whether you're looking for your next primary residence, a city retreat, or simply want to invest in timeless design, this is a rare opportunity to own along the lakefront. Join an open house every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. or visit HomeSweetHome850.com. That's HomeSweetHome850.com to learn more. 850 Lakeshore Drive, where Chicago's history meets modern living.
We were trying to build a bathroom in our basement. I had a problem finding somebody to work with us. We reached out to a bunch of different contractors. We couldn't get anybody to put our shower in because we had pre-purchased a package with shower walls, and nobody wanted to work with us.
We are talking today with mega customer Lori Sass of Plainfield.
I called them. They called me right back. With Mega Pros, they just came in. They looked at the job. They got all the things that they needed. They did the job, and it was quiet. They asked me a couple of questions. I looked at what they were doing. They cleaned up everything so nice, too. Everything was super easy with them. Super easy.
One mega call does it all.
847-658-8989. 847-658-8989.
Megapros.com.
One mega call does it all.
Hi, I'm Tim Stearns from TJ Stearns. I find that people are generally unaware of certain factors that can significantly impact your path to retirement. Factors like healthcare, taxes, income, and legacy planning. As you approach retirement, if these elements are not addressed, it can have devastating effects. I call it the retirement riddle, and I love solving it. Call me. Let's discuss a Protect and Grow blueprint. 1-800-640-2256. My only minimum is that you're a nice person. 1-800-640-2256 or visit tjstearns.com.
Did your electric bill make you say, what just happened? Demand for electricity is skyrocketing and utility rates are rising across the country, and it's expected to continue at a staggering rate. A Sunrun solar and power storage system puts you back in charge. With no upfront costs, locked-in rates, and backup power when you need it most, solar can limit your reliance on the grid. See if your home qualifies. Schedule a no-cost consultation, 224-458-7868, or visit gosunrun.com/WGN.
Forgotten stories, uncovered. Untold Chicago tales, revealed. Download the Backstory with Larry Potash podcast, wherever you get your podcast.
Let's review.
You're assuming I don't have delicate silk things that I wear.
You have holes in your underwear.
That's disgusting.
Here's the deal about men's underpants. You don't need to understand. I started seeing things disappear, so I started doing my own laundry. I'm like, what's up?
She was throwing your underwear with holes away because it's embarrassing. Like when you bend over.
Don't do that.
I don't bend.
Now, here's David Hochberg and Home Sweet Home Chicago.
312-981-7200, 312-981-7200. Mark got 7 phone calls during the last break. So
Jeez.
I think our listeners are interested in these backup systems and learn more about them. Phone number one more time, Mark.
847-302-8310.
Karen, Grays Lake, how are you? Thanks for calling into the show.
Oh, thank you so much for your show is so informative and so funny. I really appreciate it. But I, too, am calling really as a third-time user of MegaPros, singing their praises, because it has always been my experience that you pay a little more, but you get a lot more because they're prompt, they keep their word, they work with your budget, they clean up. Their workmanship is top-notch. They're just nice, friendly, honest, hardworking people. But my question is, I'm trying to help my daughter. This is my gift to her for her first baby to do her nursery, and it's a small room, and she had wanted wainscoting on the bottom. Well, it was way out of our budget. And, we worked, and MegaPros said, no, if you want that, that's going to cost this and whatever. So anyways, we worked very hard to get it within my budget. So we went with a simple chair rail. My question is, can you put a piece of white paneling under that chair rail? Does that involve also removing the baseboard to put this on one wall? Is that a possibility later, or would that be very expensive? I already have the contract with they're starting on September 3rd with MegaPros, and even my daughter, who's never used a company, said, Mom, they were so nice and so good. And what should I Advice, please.
All right, here's the advice. You got a pen and a piece of paper?
Yeah.
All right, write this number down. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. Ready?
847-658-8989.
Did you get that? Well,
Yeah, MegaPro's number.
Right. Yeah, call Jeremy. He's out with his kids today. A lot of activities with the 12 kids that he has. He's very energetic.
Virile.
Yeah,
Very virile.
Very virile. Don't know what that means, but yes. And he's that's a financial planner talk. All right, this is a home show, not a finance show. I would give Jeremy a call and ask them exactly what you want, and as you know, they will know exactly how to price it out and answer your question as to costs and expectations. How's that?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's not in the show. He's not on today. We've got Tim Stearns as our co-host.
I love Tim too. He's my guy.
Okay.
I talked to you on
anyway,
Tuesday, Karen.
Yes, you did.
Yeah,
and you
we
were
did a
very
Zoom.
helpful, and I gave your name to somebody else.
Well, thank you.
All right, we're gonna.
Okay, thanks so much.
No
But
problem, no problem.
MegaPro's the best.
Yep.
Tim Stearns, you're the best too.
Well, thanks, Karen.
And you too.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. All right, she gets a Mr. Floor cleaning product.
All right.
Since she said some nice things about everybody here. Let's go to Frank in Mundelein. Hey, Frank, how are you, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
Outstanding. How can we help you?
Got a little shout out to that CenterGuard guy you got there. I don't remember what his name is, but I had them out 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
Oh, hi, Kevin. That wasn't the guy that was on the radio.
That was me. How you doing, Frank?
Oh, I'm good. How are you?
Good.
So I was replacing my water heater, my sump pump, and a battery backup. And I had a company that's well-known, signs all over. I had them come out. They gave me a price, and I told the guy, I don't want to buy a car. It was ridiculous. So I'm talking with my brother that afternoon. I was to the point I wasn't going to do it. And he said, call CenterGuard. That's who did mine. I said, well, you're in Tinley Park. He goes, no, they're up by you somewhere. So I called them. They gave me a price on the phone, said, unless we get into something crazy, we're going to be able to do it for that. Well, they came out. They were $2,000 less than the other company. And they did a wonderful job. They also told me about putting my water heater up on these concrete blocks. And they charged me extra and did that. So we got a storm 3 days after that. And my wife calls me anal. I'm sorry. I went down in the basement. The water's pouring in. The pump's going off. And I said, I got to know. So I unplugged my sump pump and to see what this battery backup would do. I can't tell you how pleased I am, how much water that thing moved. I let it, for like 5 minutes, I watched this thing. Then I plugged it back in, and as I'm in the basement, my wife comes home, and she yells down and said, will you quit looking at that water heater and that sump pump? You're anal. You're anal. What's wrong with you? But I got to tell you, I'm so happy with your guys' work, what you did, the products you gave me, and the money you saved me. Thank you so much.
Appreciate that, Frank, very much. Appreciate your business.
All right, Frank, hang on for you. Thanks for calling the show. Hang on for your Mr. Floor cleaning choice of your cleaning product of your choice. 312-981-7200, 312-981-7200. Julie in Highland Park, you got a question for Mark.
Hi, yes. Thank you for taking my call. So we talked to my husband talked to the other company that you said is doing all these Instagram blasts.
Yeah.
And they said that our house isn't qualified because we have more than one circuit breaker box. Is that the case across the board?
Mark?
No. If you have a single meter, that's all I'm concerned about. If you have one single meter on the outside of your house, that's all I'm concerned about.
How many meters do you have on your house in Highland Park, Julie?
A single meter.
All right. Well, I guess Mark's going to call you after the show. How's that?
Well,
Okay,
we could
that'd be
start.
great.
We could start the process, and there's no obligation to you. You'll do what needs to be done on the application, and then somebody will come walk the property and talk to you about it.
Do you live east or west of the Edens? East or west? West of the Edens? By Fuddruckers, where Fuddruckers used to be by the CVS?
I'm further north. I'm closer to the Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, the Dunkin' Donuts. Okay, so you're back in one of those gigantic houses behind Dunkin' Donuts.
a nice house.
Okay, it's a modest house. I was waiting for not as big as yours. All right, hang on, Julie. Mark will give you a call after the show, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right, hang on for your Mr. Floyd cleaning product of your choice. Probably if Julie's interested, probably all of her neighbors. No, they're nice houses back there. They're about 4,000 to 5,000 square foot houses back there.
Basically, she probably has 400 amps coming into the house. So
Yeah.
they got 200 amps on each panel.
Those are very nice houses back there. And the Dunkin' Donuts there, delicious.
I visit it all the time.
Right, it's fantastic. You know what I'm talking about, right? You get the double stuffed chocolate eclair in there.
I do.
Yeah, it's called the TJ Stern Special.
Yes.
312-981-7200, 312-981-7200. That's a MegaPro's call, text, and photo line. This is Home Store Chicago and 720 WGN. John in Bucktown's got a hot water heater question for Mr. Epping. We've got text messages for Roy. We've got we're off to a running start here. 312-981-7200. MegaPro call, text, and photo line. This is Home Stream Chicago at 720 WGN. John from Bucktown, and more of your texts and phone calls after these messages.
Bob Surratt Mornings, the best way to start your day. Weekdays 6 to 10 on WGN.
It's 76 degrees, clear and sunny along Chicago's lakefront at 11:30. Good morning, I'm Rob LaFrenz. The news is sponsored by News Nation. Those affected by the power outages in northwest Indiana could be in line for some cash. In sports, the Cubs play the Mariners at 6:10 tonight in Seattle. The White Sox and Mets face off again this evening at the Rate, and we'll have coverage of White Sox baseball beginning this afternoon on WGN. White Sox Weekly starts at 3:30, followed by the White Sox and Mets from the South Side at 5:30 on 720 WGN and WGNradio.com. The preseason continues for the Bears. They'll play the Bengals tonight at 6 in Cincinnati, and the Fire travel to New Jersey to play the New York Red Bulls at 7 o'clock. WGN traffic, a couple of incidents on the Eisenhower. There's an accident on the right shoulder inbound at Damon, and then inbound at Canal Street. There's an accident that has the 3 right lanes blocked, including a couple of vehicles across 2 of those lanes. There's some relief coming for people in Indiana impacted by the devastating storms nearly 2 weeks ago. Indiana Governor Mike Braun says Hoosiers can apply for up to $5,000 in relief for repairs or replacement of furniture, clothing, and essentials. However, the funds can't be used to cover insurance deductibles. Participants in the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, can also replace food lost due to power outages by providing proof of loss within 10 days of the storm at any Division of Family Resources office. More than 33,000 people remain without power from the storms. And Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney says Canada will impose retaliatory tariffs on U.S. goods beginning September 8th. The move escalates a trade conflict after Washington imposed 50% tariffs on about $20 billion worth of Canadian products. Last-ditch negotiations collapsed late Friday in Washington. Carney said that the dollar-for-dollar retaliation would target steel, dairy, appliances, agricultural equipment, pulp and paper, and electronics. The forecast from the WGN Chicago Weather Center. Today it should be mostly sunny and dry. There's a 20% chance of a shower or a storm and a high near 80. Tonight it'll be partly to mostly cloudy with seasonal temps and a low of 65. A bit cooler in the outlying areas. Right now it's 74 degrees at O'Hare, 73 at Midway, 74 in Lake Villa, and 76 degrees outside the WGN studios. Chicago News 24/7, breaking news at once. I'm Rob LaFrenz, WGN Radio News.
We all have so much to do around the house, but perhaps the most important home projects are the ones that keep us safe. According to the CDC, 80% of falls in a home occur in the bathroom. With often limited space and hard surfaces and wet floors, bathrooms can be dangerous. Do you worry about it? Maybe your slippery tub or a high step into the shower, the dim lighting? Those aren't just inconveniences, they're obstacles that can put your safety at risk. Contact Access. A minor bathroom modification today, like a simple grab bar or an elevated toilet seat, can keep you and your loved ones safe while preventing a major home modification down the road. The pros at Access are the leaders in ADA general contracting since 1990. From one-day grab bar installations to walk-in showers to comfort-hide toilets, Access does it all. Call 844-IL-LIFTS. That's 844-455-4387. Or visit allaboutaccess.com. That's allaboutaccess.com.
Recently, our company softball team lost the big game by 1 run. Then Dale tried to console us with the quote, "Winning isn't everything." Dale's a loser. I play to win, like early payout from Bet365. If my team goes up big, I get paid out instantly, even if they blow the lead later. Sound familiar, Dale? Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Illinois. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
The Northwestern Medicine Cancer Network brings breakthrough care to your cancer journey. Home to Robert H. Lurie Comprehensive Cancer Center of Northwestern University, the first and only cancer program in Illinois rated exceptional by the National Cancer Institute, we are a leader in surgical treatments, advanced radiation therapy, and clinical trials. That's specialized cancer expertise centered around you. Northwestern Medicine. What makes us better makes you better. Learn more at nm.org/cancer.
Katie Pavlich,
There's so much for us to be grateful for.
bringing us together.
Katie, that was just a maestro performance, so congratulations.
Katie Pavlich tonight on News Nation.
You're the prime minister of cool. I love your show.
Another reason why News Nation is the fastest growing network in all of television. News Nation. News for all Americans. Watch News Nation on Xfinity Channel 223, DirecTV Channel 307, and Dish Channel 207, or go to newsnationnow.com.
The Lutheran Hour began in 1930. It's the world's longest-running Christian outreach radio program. Tune in Sunday mornings at 6:30 right here on WGN.
The NTT IndyCar Series hits the streets of our nation's capital for the Freedom 250 Grand Prix of Washington, D.C. Join us tomorrow at 11:30 for the race that celebrates America's independence. The first ever IndyCar Series race on the National Mall. The Freedom 250 Grand Prix of Washington, D.C. right here on 720 WGN and WGNradio.com.
Now, here's David Hochberg and Home Sweet Home Chicago.
312-981-7200 MegaPro's call, text, and photo line. We have next weekend show, Mark Olson from Redo Cabinets and Sarah Leonard from the Sarah Leonard team. If you have questions for either one of those experts, email them to homesweethomies1 the number 1 at Gmail. If we read your email on the air, we will give you an exclusive Home Sweet Homies t-shirts that haven't been printed yet. That's how cool they are. We're still fine-tuning, trying to get Tim Stern's big head in there, right? So that's why we have to redesign it about 16 times already. So yeah, Home Sweet Homies, number 1 at Gmail. If you've got a question for Mark Olson of Redo Cabinets or Sarah Leonard of the Sarah Leonard Group. John in Bucktown, you've got a hot water heater question for Mike Epping.
Yes, I do. Good morning. Thanks.
Good morning.
For taking I got a question regarding the 75-gallon tank. I have a couple of them, and one particular one is 7 years old. The problem is it's in a very dedicated spot in a 6-flat. And what is the warranty on the 75-gallon tank?
6 years.
Okay, let me ask you a hypothetical question. 7 years from now, it starts leaking like they all do after the warranty, and I can't get another one, and I don't have room to replace it with 2. What happens then?
Sell the building. I'm sorry, Mike Epping.
Then I got to call you again.
Yeah, no, I'm allowing you a 7 to 10, 12-year window of keeping that 75-gallon if you replace it. Because once they're gone, you're going to be in the situation where you're going to be going a 6-flat. To go to tankless units, you're going to need multiple, and it's going to cost you obviously a fortune compared to, replacing it now. Could it last another year or two? Absolutely. I can't predict that. I'm just making people aware that they're going away, and if you want to keep those, keep a 75-gallon unit in your building or your home, now's the time to do that.
Right, but in the time period that I mentioned, though, that could create quite a problem for me because I'll never go to tankless for 6 units. That would be ridiculous in cost. But
how about this, John? How about this? In all seriousness, you buy one, right? You own. I assume that you're the landlord and the owner of the 6-unit building.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Is there a storage unit down there in your 6-unit building that you could lock and nobody could get to except you?
Where I can hide the other tank you want me to buy, the backup tank?
I'm just throwing it out there. Okay. I mean, you buy. I'm not getting any commission. I should. I'm not getting any rip on any of these water tanks. But I'm just saying, if you're that concerned, right? You could get double the time and solve your problem. You know, you put it down there with all the Playboys from the 80s. You know what I'm talking about. So, you know,
they're in the moving boxes, and nobody ever knows it.
I know. That's why they're behind the steel door. I'm not judging. I totally appreciate and respect that. They're memorabilia, and you're saving it for collectibles. I get it. Totally get it. It's like going to the old barber shops, right, on top of the coat rack.
Yeah, for the vintage articles. What are you talking about?
Right.
You don't name it. You've got an interview.
100%. And we just do it for the hairstyles. So John, do you have room in the back of your storage to store that extra 70-gallon unit to solve your challenge?
Seriously, I can, yes.
Okay, there you go. Okay, you're welcome.
Man of the people.
You guys are the best problem solvers. Thank you very much.
All right. What rate do you have on your mortgage?
I don't have one.
Oh, there's another problem.
Shocker.
Yeah, you should get a mortgage, but you buy like 15 of them and then sell them off. Mark?
I just want to mention, I don't know if we mentioned this in the previous discussion, but my batteries cost $0 to put them in. That includes the batteries and the installation.
All right, it's got nothing to do with this question, but thank you for letting us know that, because I had a text question about that. You just jumped the shark there. Okay, let's get focused. You gotta drop a riddle and Mark and focus here. Okay, so let's talk about the hot water tanks. Okay, so here's a question that I could pivot to Mark.
Okay,
how would you like to possibly have a backup battery on your 6-unit building? Right? How about that? That's a good pivot to you, Mark.
Exactly, except that we cannot do 6-unit buildings at the present time, because unless the 6-unit building only has 1 meter and the meter is registered to the owner of the building, where his name is on the electric bill, then we can do it. But if he has a 6-unit building and each unit has a separate electric meter, we cannot do it at the present time. Just at the present time.
All right.
Right now, we're just doing single-family homes.
John, how many meters do you have?
8.
All right. Well, you don't qualify at this present time, but you do qualify for 2 75-gallon
Absolutely, yes.
All right. And you'll put it away from all of his collectibles in the moving storage.
Yeah,
box.
we won't get near those, I promise.
Wink, wink, nod, nod. Maybe he could show it to you. Bring back good memories. Hold on, John. 312-981-7200. 312-981-7200. MegaPro's call takes a photo line. Marty in Glenview, how are you?
David, I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I'm outstanding. How can we help you?
Well, I just wanted to see, I've been in Glenview for 40 years now, and I'm getting close to retirement age, and of course my second installment on my property taxes came up.
Yep, due October 1st.
I wanted to appeal last spring,
okay,
which I was expecting to see a reduction based on the math of about $3,000 in my property taxes.
Yep.
Which I knew was kind of a pipe dream, but hey, I'm going to take it. Well, the new bill came out. Instead of a reduction, my taxes went up $5,000.
Yep.
What is Tony Prickwinkle? Who does she think she is that she can just arbitrarily tell me what my house is worth and that I owe this kind of money? This is getting insane, man. She's pricing people like me out of my own houses.
Yeah. I've been saying that for the past 20 years on the radio, and they have to do something. Listen, you live in Glenview, okay? You're lucky. You've got commercial entities going on around you like crazy. Hackney's is closing down, so you can't get your onion brick off of Willow anymore, okay, or off a lake anymore.
That's right.
You got to go over to Harms. You got to go to the old school Harms one. But, Glenview is booming with commercial opportunities out there that, thank God that you had that going for you, or else you would have been worse. All I could tell you is that I would go back to the accountant or the attorney, whoever you used to appeal your taxes, or if you did it yourself, it would have been worse if you didn't appeal it, right? It would be higher than it is now. It would have gone up more.
Yeah, I use Farliff and Associates, and I've been using them probably for 20 years with great results. And he gave me that same thing that, hey, if you didn't appeal it, it would have been worse. And,
unbelievable.
And I just can't, I just can't stomach a tax bill that when I first moved in, it was like $4,000.
Yeah.
That now be $23,000.
Yeah. So here, I will say it again for the 4,000th time. The taxing entities in the state of Illinois are gouging the crap out of people in the state of Illinois. And not only that, businesses. We're going to talk about the Tollway Authority in that little bukkake move that they made there, just absolutely drilling everybody that drives on the roads. So until people stand up, Marty, and voice their opinions, nothing's going to happen. Okay? Until you vote out all of the people that are currently representing you that vote for higher taxes, nothing's going to change, and you're going to pay more, and more people are going to move to Florida and other states like Wisconsin, Indiana that have lower taxes. It's that simple. I mean, there's no simple answer. Just, thank you, sir. May I have another? That's where we're at, Marty.
And I agree. And I just can't understand how people like Tony Prickwinkle keep getting. She could commit murder, and she's going to get put right back in office.
Well,
I don't get why people vote like that.
Well, hang on, Marty. There's like 13 or 15 or 17. I don't even know how many county board members we have, which is overstocked, and they're all making way too much money to do what they do. You could consolidate all that down. You need to grow the tax base is what you need to do, and you need to cut. You need to cut the overhead, right? So here's my simple solution. For every tax dollar that you increase it, cut $10, and we'll get to the center a lot quicker. That's what we have to do. All right, I got to hit a break here, buddy. Thanks for sharing your thoughts, Marty. You could cancel your therapy session. I just saved you $150. Your shrink's going to be upset, but in that 3-minute call, he got his feelings out, expressed himself. I've got tens of thousands of dollars in a psychiatrist, so I know what I'm talking about, and he'll feel better. 312-981-7200, 312-981-7200. It's Mega Pro call, text the photo line. This is Home from Chicago on 720 WGN.
Chicago's very own WGN.
Do you know how many sump pumps fail? All of them. The question isn't if your sump pump will fail, it's when. And with summer storms rolling through Chicagoland, now is the time to make sure yours is ready. Hi, I'm Joel Spencer with PermaSeal. We've helped protect over 500,000 homes across Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana. From sump pumps and battery backup systems to ejector pumps, we help homeowners prepare for the next heavy rain. That's why we install the most reliable systems to keep your basement dry when you need them most. We're also home to the Basement Defender, the only system that tests your sump pumps daily, alerting you to potential issues before an emergency. And right now, Home Sweet Home Chicago listeners can receive 5% off their sump pump system. Visit permaseal.net/suite or call 800-421-SEAL to schedule your free inspection. And be sure to mention SUITE for your discount.
Best for being better, PermaSeal.
Dornbos Heating and Air Conditioning is proud to launch Cooling with a Cause, supporting Project Fire Buddies. From now through August 31st, Dornbos will donate $5 for every AC tune-up, $25 for every single system replacement, and $50 for every full system replacement to help support a local child battling a serious illness. Make comfort count. Schedule at dornbos.com/WGN or call 708-831-2281. Dornbos Heating and Air Conditioning, when only a legacy of comfort and excellence will do.
I'm here with Home Sweet Home Chicago real estate attorney and trust planning expert Dave Schluter, who has been practicing law for nearly 40 years. Dave, what are the circumstances a buyer or seller can cancel a deal after a contract has been signed?
In the Chicago metro area, Dave, we use a form contract that provides for a 5-business-day period for me to make any changes, and if the changes aren't accepted, then the buyer can get out of the transaction. We just want to make sure that any contingencies that would prevent a smooth closing are also addressed. The buyer also can cancel if their inspection does not go well.
Dave always provides a free phone or in-person consultation, has a great staff, and you could reach him by calling 630-285-5300 or online at WGNattorney.com. That's 630-285-5300 or online at WGNattorney.com.
When you buy a car, you got a lot of options. You get 4 wheels, but how many doors do you want? Do you want a trunk or a frunk? A sunroof, moonroof, or a roof that comes all the way off? With Consumers Credit Union, Your team can help you find your dream car and finance it with the kind of low fees and great rates that keep your options open. Consumers Credit Union. The people in your corner. Federally insured by NCUA.
Home Sweet Home Chicago. Text us what the craziest thing you found in your sump pimp. A pump pimp? What? What's that? Some pimp. What is it? Sump pit. Sump pit. Say that 10 times quick.
Now, here's David Hochberg and Home Sweet Home Chicago.
312-981-7200, 312-981-7200. Go to WGNDavid.com. Question for Roy, 630 texter Roy. My mom's sump pump is in the corner of a crawl space, very difficult to reach, and every time the electric goes out, the backup battery control panel will beep until the manual shut off even after the electricity goes on, and I have to go over to her house and crawl around in the crawl space, yuck, to get it to turn off. I'm wondering if there's a way to extend the wiring for the control panel so it could become... So edit that out, Benny, when we go live. If there is a way to extend the wiring for the control panel so it can be closer to the entrance of the crawl space and easy for her to open up the door and hit the button to turn it off. It does have Wi-Fi connection, but you cannot turn off the alarm through the app, which is stupid if you ask me. Is there another Wi-Fi option that does have this type of control in the app? So guy calling for his mom, tired of schlepping and crawling and schmutz underneath in a crawl space. Go ahead.
Well, that's the whole idea of having a Wi-Fi system, and so that you don't have to crawl into the crawl space and check the pump and deactivate the alarm or things like that. So I'm looking at the Basement Defender app. We have, of course, it has its own app, and it's Wi-Fi based. And there's a button here to auto test the pump, so you can test it, from upstairs, and you can actually shut off the alarm. There's a button here you can deactivate the alarm. So if it's going off and things, so you can.
You modify the existing system, or they have to replace the existing system to put your system in?
I'm assuming we'll probably have to replace their system with ours. But I'll tell you what, we'll come out and give them a free estimate, and if we can help them, we will. I suspect there's other things that our Basement Defender system has that hers doesn't, and we'll just tell her what it is and things and give her a choice, and she wants to keep living with the system she has. But Basement Defender is unique. It's patented. There's no other system that tests it every day, so I doubt her system is. It's some kind of high water monitoring system, which is not really helpful when you have a high water alarm that simply tells you, hey, you're about to flood. Your pump's not keeping up with it. You better do something. And you probably have 10 minutes, 20 minutes to do something before you flood. So the Basement Defender system is unique in that it tests it every day automatically, and you can silence the alarm.
Tariq from Tinley Park. I have an ejector pit and a sump pump in my basement. Do both need battery backups? And if the 3-year lifespan runs out, does the battery need to be replaced or the whole sump pump replaced?
Just the battery has to be replaced. The pump should last for years, many years. A backup pump very seldom wears out. Yes, both pumps need to have some kind of system on it. The stormwater pump is more important. That's what's really going to cause your basement to flood and get inches or feet of water very quickly. The ejector pump, when that fails, most people don't know that it's failed until they start getting stuff oozing out of the lid, and it's not sanitary water and things. So it's good to have an alarm like a Basement Defender test that as well every day, so you know before that even happens.
630 for Epping. Mike, I have used CenterGuard for your water heater deal and recommended you to family members. My niece got one, and my dad had you install a new toilet. We were all pleased with the work and your teams. I'm looking for a Toto bidet toilet installed, which we're buying through Costco. I called and was told CenterGuard will install the toilets, but will be unable to do the bidet water line hookup portion. Kindly explain the reasons. Thank you, Laura in Lombard.
Yeah, it really depends on the toilet, Laura, and thank you for the compliments and referring us to your other family members. If the bidet is separate from the toilet and is tied in, you're seeing a lot of the aftermarket bidets. We cannot hook those up. It's a code violation. But I think my office or whoever you spoke to, if this is an actual Toto and the bidet and the toilet are all one, then we should be able to do that for you. And I apologize. If you want to send, just text us at 847-406-8883. The model number of the Toto toilet bidet that you're going to be buying from Costco. We should be able to give you a price, without even coming out over the phone to install that for you.
312-981-7200. Does Roy recommend mechanical or solid state digital sump pump switches?
We use mechanical switches. They're very compatible with our Basement Defender thing, and they're very reliable switches, but the others are good switches too for other applications.
Just tuned in. Can I flush the new water heater, or should I shut the valves off to it and drain it? Hot water drainage question. Hot water tank. Just tuned in. Can I flush a new hot water heater, or should I shut the valves off to it and drain it?
Yeah, what you're going to want to do is hook up the garden hose to it, put it in your floor drain, and then actually what I recommend is to turn the valve off initially, and that'll take out some of the sediment, but then actually turn that valve on, and the force of the water going into the tank will help blow out any debris that you have in the bottom of the water heater.
813. You want to read 813 to Mark on the text line? 813 says.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So Mark, 813 says, how does Mr. Mark make money if the batteries are free and he does not charge?
Good question.
I get paid by the company by referring the customers to the company, so the company pays me directly. The company makes money. Basically, they're building a VPP, which is a virtual power plant. So all our batteries are going to be connected together in a home scenario type of thing. So we'll have a million batteries connected, and during peak times, if ComEd needs, here in Illinois, if ComEd needs power, we will sell the power back to ComEd.
My question before the break a little while ago was, and we had talked about this at breakfast, the person that you put it on their building, they don't own the equipment. If something breaks down, what happens?
Correct. You don't. We are giving you the batteries, not as a present.
Right.
We own the batteries. You're getting the advantage of the batteries usage in a power outage, and of course the cost of reduction in the supply side. Going back to
right, but you guys do the maintenance.
But
on
since we own the
right?
batteries, the maintenance is on us.
Great. I figured if you were with Hochberg, nothing's free. So okay, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. All right. We'd like to thank Tim for sitting in on the first 2 hours of the show. 312-981-7200, 312-981-7200. That's a MegaPro's call, text, and photo line. The news is next from the Northwestern Medicine newsroom, and after the break, CenterGuard Plumbing Mailbag. We're going to take a quick break and stay tuned for the news.
Hey, John Williams here. When you're looking for durable replacement windows and doors that'll stand up to Chicago weather, look no further than Next Door and Window. Next CEO Justin Bartley is here to tell you why.
Thanks, John. When Chicago weather acts up, the last thing you want is leaky windows and drafty doors. Next, fiberglass replacement windows outperform vinyl and wood options and deliver better energy efficiency year-round.
Even during hot Chicago summers?
Absolutely. Fiberglass doesn't expand and contract like vinyl. Our windows stay snug and tight, and the summer heat is no match for fiberglass. It's 8 times stronger than vinyl and can last up to 50 years. And it's designed to reflect the heat and the dangerous UV rays.
Wow, sign me up.
Great timing, John. Next is offering 50% off installation and 0 interest and 0 payments for 12 months.
When you're looking for windows that stand up to Chicago weather, give Next a call, 844-600-NEXT, or visit nextwindow.com today.
We're right next door.
Think mosquito season is winding down? Think again. Mosquitoes stay active through the fall, and they're more than just a nuisance, folks. They can spread diseases that affect both people and pets. Schedule your new Healthy Home Maintenance plus Mosquito service by August 22nd. Mention you heard us on this station and get $75 off. Trust your home to local, family-owned pest experts since 1860. Call 1-800-GOT-PESTS or visit rosepestcontrol.com for your free quote.
Hey Chicagoland, it's Tommy from Erdman Outdoor Living. Imagine stepping into a backyard designed for the way you really live, with morning coffee, family dinners, game days, and relaxing nights outside. At Erdman Outdoor Living, we help homeowners create custom outdoor spaces with beautiful decks, backyard remodels, and structure pergolas that let you control the sun, shade, and shelter with a touch of a button. As the exclusive structure pergola dealer in the Chicago suburbs and southern Wisconsin area, Erdman combines thoughtful design, quality craftsmanship, and a seamless process from consultation to completion. It all starts with a personalized design consultation where our team helps you plan a low-maintenance outdoor space built around your home and your lifestyle. Add lighting, fans, and screens, and your backyard becomes the place everyone wants to be. Mention WGN Radio and get 10% off your project, plus 3 years no-interest financing. Schedule your design consultation today at erdmanoutdoorliving.com or call 847-860-6811 for Erdman Outdoor Living. Tell them Tommy sent you.
I get this question a lot. How often should I have my chimney and fireplace inspected? The answer is every year. Annual inspections ensure the safe operation of your home's fireplace. So if you can't recall the last time you had your chimney and fireplace inspected, schedule that inspection now with my friends at Lindemann Chimney Heating and Cooling. My advice? Beat the rush and their busy fall season. Schedule today. It's just $99 for a complete chimney inspection. Visit WGNfireplace.com. That's WGNfireplace.com.
The best local resources combined with the global resources of News Nation. This is the station that keeps you informed. Chicago's very own, on air and online.
WGN Chicago.
A Nexstar Media Group station.
It's 77 degrees and sunny at 12 o'clock. Good afternoon. I'm Sylvia Snowden. The news is sponsored by Junk Luggers. A jury finds a woman guilty in the death of a police officer. If you're on the Eisenhower, you're going to want to be on the lookout for an accident on the right shoulder heading inbound at Damon. Everywhere else appears to be moving normally at this time. A jury in Kankakee has found Zandria Harris guilty for her role in the 2021 ambush that killed a Bradley police sergeant, Marlene Rittenmanick, and critically wounded officer Tyler Bailey. Prosecutors argued Harris intentionally stalled officers at a motel door to let her boyfriend load a weapon. They say she then assisted in disarming Rittenmanick before the fatal shots were fired. Bradley Police Chief Don Barber spoke after the verdict.
Justice would be Marlene enjoying her retirement right now. Justice would be Tyler enjoying the job that he loved so much. So in closing, I'll say this. At the end of the day, there's really no winners here. Just another senseless act of violence that didn't have to happen.
Harris's boyfriend, Darius Sullivan, was convicted in 2024 and is serving life in prison. An investigation into abuse of COVID-era Paycheck protection loans has turned into a problem for a Chicago police officer whose father used to be superintendent. WGN's Lourdes Duarte reports.
Officer Dana Hillard has been stripped of police powers, but he's still earning a salary working in a unit that handles non-emergency calls. Hillard is accused of filling out bogus applications and getting more than $18,000 in fraudulent PPP loans. The Inspector General's office has recommended he be fired. Hillard's father, Terry, was police superintendent from 1998 to 2003.
The Office of the Inspector General accused Dana Hillard of making false statements and trying to obstruct the investigation into the suspected PPP loan abuse. It's been 12 days without electricity for about 6,000 residents in unincorporated Calumet Township in Lake County, Indiana. And as WGN's Joe Hillary reports, the outage triggered some other unforeseen problems.
Getting water these days, it's very rough. Requires a few more steps than usual for Calumet Township resident Sandra Huddleston.
This is where I take showers. I put my swimsuit on.
When storms devastated northwest Indiana August 11th, Sandra and many neighbors with well water not only lost power, but water too. Both have been out for nearly 2 weeks now. Thankfully, Sandra's got a friend next door kind enough to connect his hose to her backyard.
More than 33,000 NIPSCO customers across northwest Indiana are still without power. President Trump is lifting tariffs on beef imports for the next 90 days as a way to bring down rising costs to shoppers. News Nation's Mike Vaquera reports.
The cattle industry is facing challenges, drought and high prices for feed and diesel fuel among them. Adding to ranchers' woes, a 75-year low in the number of cattle in the U.S. Some ranchers oppose allowing more foreign beef into the U.S. The National Cattlemen's Beef Association saying in a statement they are, quote, disappointed, adding, flooding the market with government-subsidized below-market beef is not the way to build the American cattle herd.
Beef prices are up 25% since President Trump took office for his second term. 51% of respondents say they plan to support Democratic candidates in a new The Hill poll 10 weeks ahead of the midterm elections. News Nation's Vinay Simla digs deeper into the numbers.
23% of people say that they support the Democratic Socialists, compared to 60% who say they do not. Compare that to Tea Party support at 29% in August of 2010. Now, this changes by age, and there is more Democratic Socialist support for people from 18 to 29, and it declines as people get older, all the way down to about 12% for people 70 years old and older.
And WGN Sports Times, 12:04.
The White Sox opened up their weekend series with the Mets with a 6-4 walk-off win in comeback fashion. Jake Rogers' first career walk-off home run was the 10th time the Southsiders have won a game in the final at bat this year, and they extend their division lead to 4.5 games. Luis Castillo takes the mound as the teams get set for Game 2 this evening, and we'll have the coverage of White Sox baseball this afternoon, with it all beginning with White Sox Weekly at 3:30, then the Sox and Mets at 5:30 right here on 720 WGN and WGNradio.com. The Cubs fell in extra innings 6-5 to the Mariners last night, despite 4 home runs, 2 of them coming from Alex Bregman. They'll go at it again tonight at T-Mobile Park. David Peterson starts for the Cubs, who still lead the NL wildcard standings by 5 games. He goes against baseball's top pitching prospect, Kate Anderson, who was called up yesterday by Seattle. First pitch at 6:15. And the Bears are in action tonight as they visit the Bengals for preseason game number 2. Similar to last week, a majority of the starters will not play, and backup QB Tyson Bagent did not make the trip to Cincinnati. Case Keenum and Miller Moss will split reps under center, and position battles at left tackle, wide receiver, in the secondary continue. Kickoff this evening is at 6. I'm Eli Burke, WGN Sports.
Pretty beautiful Saturday around Chicagoland along the lakefront, though. Some extra cloud cover and a few lake effect sprinkles or showers a possibility as we get into the afternoon. High temperature right around 80 degrees for today, and tomorrow looking at mostly sunny skies, comfortable humidity levels, temperatures in the upper end of the 70s, and we'll repeat that on Monday as well with just as gorgeous of conditions. Tuesday, slightly higher humidity levels, temperatures in the low end of the 80s, and a slight chance for some late showers and possible thunderstorms. That continues into Wednesday as well, with temperatures in the muggy mid to low end of the 80s. From the WGN Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Tim Joyce.
Chicago News 24/7, breaking news at once. I'm Sylvia Snowden, WGN Radio News.
Thanks, Sylvia. Home Sweet Home Chicago Mailbag, sponsored by CenterGuard Plumbing, coming up after these messages.
It's Mark Olson from Redo Cabinets, and I got a terrific offer for you. To celebrate Labor Day, Redo Cabinets is going to discount the labor. What does that mean? It's simple. 75% off installation on all Redo Cabinets projects, plus payments as low as $195 per month. That's right, 75% off installation. Redo Cabinets, premium cabinet facings with dozens of colors to choose from. Options for hardware and backsplashes and accessories. As always, exceptional service and a process that costs less with no mess and less stress. Call us today for a free, no obligation consultation. Redo Cabinets, 630-381-5583. 630-381-5583. Or visit us online at redocabinets.com. That's 630-381-5583. Don't replace it, redo it with Redo Cabinets.
For a scenic road trip, head to LeClaire, Iowa, and board the Riverboat Twilight for a 90-minute cruise on the mighty Mississippi. Then spend the day exploring the charming town of LeClaire, hometown to the American Pickers. Stroll Libation Lane with a winery, brewery, and distillery. Enjoy unique shops, dining, and the Buffalo Bill Museum. And if you're dreaming of more time on the river, Riverboat Twilight's signature 2-day cruises are filling fast for fall. Book your adventure today at riverboattwilight.com.
Oh, hey, Sarah. Did you hear my daughter Katie got Camper of the Week?
That's a big deal.
We got a big deal too, right, Mom?
Honey, shh.
What's that?
Okay, that Hyundai Santa Fe, I only paid.
Nice.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus $1,500 bonus cash on the Hyundai Santa Fe. Or get up to $3,000 total savings on the Santa Fe or Santa Fe Hybrid. Offers end September 8th. Call 224-661-0068 for details.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years guaranteed? Now through August 24th, new Xfinity customers can get our best price on gig Wi-Fi this summer before it disappears. Just $50 a month for 5 years. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included. Plus, get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. Plus, it keeps you protected from online threats. And get Peacock Premium included for 2 years. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto-pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable. Learn more at Xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi.
This episode of Home Sweet Home Chicago is sponsored by David Hochberg and Roy Spencer from PermaSeal, Mike Epping, CenterGuard Plumbing, Mark Milstein from Peak Utility Brokers, and certified financial planner Tim Stearns. For additional sponsors of the Home Sweet Home program, please visit WGNradio.com/Home Sweet Home Chicago. Now, here's David Hochberg and Home Sweet Home Chicago.
Thank you, Mr. Jennings. We're going to jump right into the mailbag, sponsored by CenterGuard Plumbing. Talked to a veteran this past week. He was in a Chapter 13. He lives in a $600,000 home up north in the northern suburbs. He owed $420 on his mortgage. He had a forbearance during COVID because he worked for the government. And as you know, during COVID, everybody was laid off, and he did a forbearance. So he had $20,000 on the backside of his $420,000 mortgage that we have to take into account. And he had $98,000 that he did in a Chapter 13 that he filed in December 2025. Okay, so far so good. He had like a 4.5% loan. The payment on the Chapter 13 was $1,500 a month, which was crushing him financially and his family. He's got a ton of equity there. So we called underwriting. You need to make 12 months of on-time payments on the bankruptcy. And we have to go to the trustee in October because the 12th month will be in December. Get the trustee's permission to roll the remaining balance, which should be around $80-some thousand, in with his new mortgage. We'll take out a new mortgage, $500-ish, against a $600,000 home. Satisfy the bankruptcy, get that out of the way, save him probably $500 to $700 a month. So that's what we could do. Plus, he was 50% service-connected disabled. Introduced him to Mike Houston because he had questions about his real estate tax deduction. He got $5,000 off his assessed value. So Mike Houston, big shout out to Mike Houston of Lindholm Roofing, who is our veteran helper here on the show, to help him out. So just want to put that. Big changes coming to condos. It's already in effect now for most applications dated August 3rd going forward. The limited review on the condos is gone, which means if you put 20% down on a condo, it used to be easier to get approved. That's out the window. Condos are going to be looking stronger at condos, closer at condos. So if you're in a condo, it's going to get worse come January 4th, 2027. Instead of 10% set aside for future maintenance, they're going to want 15% of the annualized budget assessments set aside for maintenance. It's going to be a major, major problem. So my recommendation to everybody living in a condo, 15% minimum replacement reserve allocations become effective under Fannie Mae's full review requirements. So what does this mean? This means that your condos, if you live in a condo, you better have a meeting and you better get your budgets updated because you're not going to be able to sell that unit. It's going to be a lot tougher to sell it to get financing. Just want to throw that out there. Had a little situation yesterday, Tim. Let's say Thursday. Had a little situation Thursday. We got a rush transaction. He's listening right now. His mom referred us to him. They wanted to close in 15 days. Fine, no problem. Got everything ordered. Boom. Sent the information to the condo. Right? Boom. We're not getting it back. So I said, do me a favor to my team. Send an email to the realtor, selling realtor, buying realtor, selling attorney, buying realtor, buying attorney. Say, hey, we need this information. We're not getting this information. We don't have it by close of business today. We're not going to close on Monday. Little boot in the pants, right? Did not copy the borrower on it. So the buying attorney calls the buyer and says, hey, I just got this from your lender. We might not close Monday. 35 texts, calls, and emails on Thursday from the buyer. First-time home buyer's mom referred him to us. Freaking out, which didn't have to be freaked out. So I did it to prime the pump, right? So I called the attorney after I got it all figured out and talked both the mother off the ledge and the son off the ledge. I said, hey, Spartacus, in the future, if I need help on a transaction with the buyer and they're not on the initial email, why don't you call the lender to make sure? I go, I did that for a reason, to get everybody activated to help us because we weren't getting any help. So going forward, this is what Team Hochberg's going to do. I just want to encourage everybody, other lenders. When it's a condo, we're going to say request for information, boom. And then when we don't get it in 24 hours, we're going to do second request. And then 24 hours after that, every 24 hours, we're going to send the third request. Because it's not coming back on us with these tightened up condo guidelines. The realtors are going to have to get involved, and the attorneys are going to have to get involved. And the selling realtors are going to have to start doing a little bit more work to make sure that the condos have the necessary budgets set up, or else that loan is never going to close unless it's a portfolio loan or a cash transaction. I'm just letting you know. So every single day we're putting out second request, third request, fourth request, fifth request. So when it comes back to us, let me just put it out there. We ain't closing without the financing, okay? And typically the mortgage guy is the one making the least amount of money on the transaction. So if you want the money to flow, help us prime the pump and get it done. So just be prepared. That's what's coming. We're not playing anymore. And last but not least,
I love when you take charge, David.
Who are they going to blame?
They're going to blame you.
They're going to come to me. And last but not least, I heard something extremely, ridiculously, outrageously stupid this week. And that's the only proper way.
Was it from me?
No.
Okay.
That was the week before. I didn't talk to you this week, so you're clear. This came from a guy, Treasury of the Secretary, Scott Bessent. Benny? Okay. The clip I gave you, Ben, that we ran and edited before the show? Okay, well, I'm not worried about Willie Wilson. I'm worried about Scott Bessent. Scott Bessent basically said, to the effect, I'll paraphrase it, that he blamed that the tariffs were the Democrats' fault because they filed lawsuits to get the tariff money back. And my whole point that I wanted to make with him saying that was, it was never his money in the first place because he took it illegally. Okay? The Supreme Court, you ever hear of that, Roy? Supreme Court in the United States of America?
Yeah.
It went to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court said that the tariffs were illegal. Right, Roy?
Right.
You got it? Okay, here. Scott Bessent, welcome to the show, Secretary of Treasury.
The Democratic attorney generals who filed a ridiculous lawsuit against this administration wanted the money to go back to the payer of record. So that is corporate welfare. The American people had that money. And if I hear another Democratic legislator make the inane remark, the American people should get the money, the American people had the money in the U.S. Treasury, and we were forced to give it back. But using the 301s, which have survived more than 5,000 suits, that we will get that tariff income back.
Okay. Treasury Secretary Bessent, who I had high hopes for. I am not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I'm a member of the Common Sense Party. Okay? That wasn't your money in the first place because you collected it. The government collected it illegally. Okay? This is the Secretary of the Treasury. He lost. The Supreme Court ruled that the tariffs were illegal. Where are the tariff checks, Tim? You gotten your tariff check?
Not today.
You gotten your Doge check yet, Roy? Remember the $2 trillion that these clowns were going to cut? And yes, I said clowns. Okay, $2 trillion at Madison Square Garden a week or two before the election. Remember, Bessent and
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk and Lutnick up there. Oh, yeah, we're going to cut $2 trillion, right? And we're all going to get checks. Lie. What Bessent said on the White House lawn, lie. It was never his money in the first place. And you know who got the money back? All the companies got the money back. You know who didn't get the money back? The American consumer.
Right.
Who are living off of $30,000 to $130,000 worth of credit card debt that I talk to every single week are getting crushed. Okay, Target just got $1 billion back with a B, right? $1 billion back. Look at their stock. It shot up. How about the people that went to Target and spent the extra money because Target jacked up the prices? See any Target sales recently to get those $1 billion back, Roy? I know you go in there for bonbons and underpants. Because that's I run in the Loran there in the men's underpants aisle. It's fine.
That's so Roy.
It is
so Roy.
Black Hanes, right? Roy and I wear the same style. He's got 28-inch waist, but that's a whole other story. It's a bunch of crap, and they're feeding the American consumer. It's a bunch of crap. Stop lying to what's going on, okay? And I put it out there because I want to educate our listeners as to what's happening. And the reason the mortgage rates are going up is because the bond traders who control the mortgage market are hearing this crap and are not buying it. And they're saying, okay, that's a lie. That's a lie. We're tired of the lies. You want our money to fund your government. You're going to pay higher yields, which is going to run the mortgage rates up. It's really that simple, everybody. Right, Tim? The 10-year bond is at 4.7 something.
Right.
In February, we were at 3.98 something. What's higher, Tim? Is 4.71 greater than 3.95?
I don't have my calculator, but yes.
The answer is yes.
Yes.
Okay, and that means, break it down, the American consumer is paying higher mortgage rates. Thank you very much. We're going to take a quick break, come back with mayoral candidate Willie Wilson after these messages. That was the CenterGuard Plumbing Mailbag, sponsored by CenterGuard. Thank you for sponsoring that, Michael, by the way. You're very kind. We're going to take a quick break, bring back mayoral candidate Willie Wilson after these messages.
Let's talk about a home that's more than just a place to live. It's part of the city's architectural story. 850 Lakeshore Drive is one of Chicago's most distinguished lakefront addresses, surrounded by historic landmarks, top-tier dining, and incredible views of Lake Michigan. Now, starting in the 500s and featuring lakefront 2-bedroom condos for just under $1 million, these thoughtfully reimagined residences combine classic elegance with modern finishes, giving you the character of a legacy building with the comfort and style today's homeowners expect. Whether you're looking for your next primary residence, a city retreat, or simply want to invest in timeless design, this is a rare opportunity to own along the lakefront. Join an open house every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. or visit HomeSweetHome850.com. That's HomeSweetHome850.com to learn more. 850 Lakeshore Drive, where Chicago's history meets modern living.
To most, it's just another sidewalk or parking lot. But to Andreas & Sons, it's a work of art, perfectly paved with attention to detail. Andreas & Sons, a family-owned Chicago business, has the expertise to handle any job. Patios, stairs, foundations, driveways, loading docks, warehouse floors. Andreas & Sons does it all. Commercial, industrial, or residential. If your project requires concrete, then you need to contact the experts. Andreas & Sons. For a free estimate, call 708-863-5735, 708-863-5735, or visit AndreasConstruction.com. Be sure to ask about their neighborhood discounts and special financing too. Andreas & Sons Concrete Construction, providing high-quality professional concrete solutions since 1956. Call 708-863-5735, 708-863-5735, or visit AndreasConstruction.com.
I know you've heard the line, we're on a mission from God. Here in Chicago, that means something. But for me, it's real. I'm attorney Stephen Leahy, and I'm on a mission from God to help business owners achieve their American dream. Because every day I see the same thing. Unfiled returns, confusing numbers, IRS letters stacking up. Not because business owners are doing anything wrong, but because they're overwhelmed. Here's what I've learned after helping hundreds of business owners. There is always a solution, but you can't reach it until you take control. That's why I built a system to take you from chaos to control. Go to fightbacknow.com and get started. I'll show you exactly what to do, step by step. No guessing, no confusion, just a clear path forward. Go to fightbacknow.com and I'll send you my new book, Fight Back Now, Freedom Through Preparation. Just cover the shipping. I'll take care of the rest. Or if you want to talk to someone right now, call 312-664-6649. Fightbacknow.com, because chaos is the only thing standing in your way.
End the day more informed than when you started it. Rely on Chicago's very own WGN TV News every night, evenings at 9 and 10.
Now back to David Hochberg and Home Sweet Home Chicago.
312-981-7200, 312-981-7200. Go to WGNDavid.com, WGNDavid.com. We have the Vestathon every single February, and we had a huge donor participant, Dr. Willie Wilson, made a very sizable donation to the Chicago Police Memorial Foundation of $10,000. And when his team reached out and said, hey, Dr. Wilson is running for mayor, and he's got some giveaways going today. They did the gas and groceries in the morning, and they've got an ice cream giveaway later today, and asked if they could come on. I'm like, hello, yes, absolutely. Anybody that makes that sizable donation to the Chicago Police Memorial Foundation, bring Dr. Wilson on. Why are you running for mayor of this? I love this city. I live in Northbrook. I used to live downtown. When people say, where you from? I say Chicago. Right, as everybody else here says, Chicago, and it sickens me to see how much this city has deteriorated in front of our eyes over the past. And I'll go back to Lori Lightfoot, right? Miss talks a big game and delivered a horrible experience for everybody out there. Miss, I'm going to be transparent and closes everything up. So we're like 7.5 years or 7 years into this Michigas. Why are you running for mayor, and what are you going to do different?
Well, first I was running for mayor because the city is I said, messed up. Jobs, prices way up high.
Safety?
Yeah, crime.
Yep.
And you got to bring this business back to Chicago. Right now, Michigan Avenue pretty much carrying the whole city, right?
Yep.
So if you don't really bring business into the city, you're running jobs away, and that's not quite right. The people who's running right now, I don't see they having any business experience. Then the other thing is this year, I have a proven record that we love Chicago. We give away millions and millions of dollars a year just to the community.
Yep.
You ain't got to pay me nothing.
I was there. I was at the church when you.
That's right.
I was there. But by the way, you're a fantastic singer.
Thank you.
And I sat through that entire service at 45th and State, or
State, right, 47th and State.
Somewhere in there. Yeah, be a beautiful church.
Yeah.
And everybody lined up at the end, and after you got an envelope so they could, feed their families and function during the week because they're out of money. They came to church, and there was, they're out of money. Without your money that you gave them, they probably went to vape that night.
Well, we do giveaways, and pretty much the majority of it we don't even write off. Gas and grocery stuff, we don't write that off. We give away $2, $3, $4, $5 million a year. Don't even write it off, because there's a need. But getting back to all this mayoral thing. The people that get in there now, if it's not me, how they gonna turn around a city don't know nothing about trade,
business.
Yep. And the other thing is this too, how can you run a city and you ain't never helped nobody? I help people every day.
100%.
Yeah, and so I don't want anything but just kind of get the city straightened out and deal right. And I think the only way you can get it right, budget and everything. You got to bring back businesses that create jobs. You can't run them out of town. You can't run them to Gary, Indiana,
right?
The other state. And you need a mayor that is more than trying to be a mayor for the Chicago Teacher Union.
Ouch. Spot on.
Amen.
Yeah.
Right? Listen, yeah. I've been saying since our current mayor, who is a complete disaster, my words, not yours. And you might agree.
I agree with you.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, I've seen what he does. I've seen what he's done. I hear what he says. I see how he portrays himself as a big shot, and it's an empty suit. I mean, it's a beautiful $2,500 suit. Don't get me wrong. Very nicely done. I really don't care what his haircut costs, all that stuff. But he's a puppet of the Chicago Teachers Union. I mean, he's just a puppet, and you could tell.
Well,
are you going to be a puppet of the Teachers Union?
I'm not a puppet to anybody.
I'm straight.
I'm a free man. Spend my own money. Work hard for it. Work 13 years without a paycheck. First job with 20 cents per hour. Never been in any trouble. Zero. Work hard to help. So just as we were down south helping our neighbor, so we came to Chicago and we see all these problems here. So I say everybody my neighbor.
Right.
It doesn't matter what color you are. I don't use to you by color, white, black. It doesn't make no difference.
Doesn't matter.
No, but we all are citizens, and somebody got to fix it and stop being divisive.
Are you qualified to run a city of 3 or 4 or 5, 5.2 million people, something like that? Are you qualified? Do you have a business background? Lori Lightfoot was an attorney with a government attorney, right? A DA or something like that. We got a social studies teacher in there right now. What are we doing? What are we doing?
Well, look, my background in business-wise.
Yeah.
I'm a sharecropper.
Okay.
Number one. Today, I have a company that does about $90 to $100 million a year.
Okay.
We're in all the United States. We're in China, Vietnam, Malaysia, Egypt, Israel, and I did myself. I used to own 5 or 6 McDonald's. Ray Kroc, the founder of McDonald's, gave me that opportunity.
Great.
And so, look, if you don't know how to run something, you get out of the way. But if you run a $90 million company and you do your own money, you got employees all over those different places, I'm more qualified than anybody there now.
Okay.
And probably I'm more qualified than the average person because, look, you guys, no disrespect to you, you guys work a job. I don't work a job.
Right.
And don't have to. But you're working a job, you're working hard, you're trying to make a living, you're communicating with people, fine, all right? But people say, are you qualified? When I look at people, if they can't qualify how to take care of themselves or pay rent, but I'm qualified to take care of myself and thousands of other people in the state of Chicago, but not only in Chicago, L.A., New York, Louisiana, Florida, all those places I donate to and help.
All right, we got to hit a break because, we got to pay some bills as a business owner. That's important. Or else line 12 is going to light up, Willie, and then I'm not going to be here next Saturday. But today you already had a full day. You're going to be at the Chocolate Shop Ice Cream Parlor, 5337 West Devon in Chicago at 2 o'clock today.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ron Mondell, the owner of the legendary shop, will provide free scoop of ice cream to those who come to meet Dr. Wilson. You're going to be there.
We're going to be there, and we headed after the show here. We're going to head right that day.
All right, and thank you. Good luck. And if our listeners want more information about your campaign, where do they go?
Invite me back.
Invite you back. I'll invite you back. Done. Great, Matt. Thank you again for the very generous donation.
Thank you.
And I wish you the best of luck in your campaign. And this is Home Sweet Home Chicago. The news is next from the Northwestern Medicine Newsroom.
Thank you.
John Williams keeps you company and informed middays, 10 to 2 on WGN.
It's 78 degrees and sunny at 12:31. Good afternoon. I'm Sylvia Snowden. The news is sponsored by Lindemann Chimney Heating and Cooling. We have the latest power outage numbers from Northwest Indiana. In sports, we'll have coverage of White Sox baseball this afternoon on WGN. White Sox Weekly starts at 3:30, followed by the action of the White Sox and Mets from the South Side at 5:30 on 720 WGN and WGNradio.com. In other baseball news, the Cubs take on the Mariners this evening at 6:15, and the Bears have another preseason game tonight. This one's against the Bengals at 6 o'clock. If you're on the Dan Ryan, you're going to want to be on the lookout for a disabled vehicle on the left shoulder of the express lanes heading inbound at 43rd Street. Our other expressways are moving normally at the moment. We have an update from NIPSCO on the power outages in Northwest Indiana. The power company says that as of this morning, 33,000 customers are still without power. Overnight, the utility says it restored power to residents in Griffith, Hobart, Maryville, and East Chicago. Tonight, Highland, Hammond, and Sherville will be restored. Sunday, Lake Station should regain power. And Munster, Gary, and Portage should be back online by Tuesday. NIPSCO says it's restored power to more than 341,000 residents since the storms on August 11th. Here's your forecast from the WGN Weather Center. Today it'll be mostly sunny and dry with a slight chance for a rain shower and a high near 80 degrees. Tonight it'll be cloudy with a low near 65. And tomorrow we're expecting a high near 77. Chicago News 24/7, breaking news at once. I'm Sylvia Snowden, WGN Radio News.
We had some siding on our house, right by the front door. It was cracked along the little strip that goes there. Unfortunately, we had that siding done, gosh, it has to be 10 years ago now, or maybe 8. So it needed to be matched. The company that we had gotten it from wasn't in existence any longer. And so your guys came out, and the first thing they did was to take a little piece and go back to, wherever you get the siding from your suppliers. They were able to find not a perfect match, but good enough. It just looks brand new again.
We are talking today with mega customer Claudia Brandt of Schaumburg.
I would recommend to anybody that needs work done and is not handy themselves like my husband.
One mega call does it all.
847-658-8989. 847-658-8989.
Megapros.com. One mega call does it all.
You may already know Mr. Floor for the beautiful wood floors that we install, sand, and refinish. Mr. Floor is a full-service local Chicagoland company who has provided homeowners and businesses with complete flooring solutions for over 30 years. Hi, I'm Igor Marak of Mr. Floor, and born out of our extensive experience and knowledge with hardwood floors comes the best hardwood floor cleaner on the market. As we visit Chicagoland homes and businesses every day, we see the damage that incorrect floor maintenance can cause. Most people are not cleaning their hardwood floors properly, and as we all know, a bucket of water and a mop is the surest way to ruin a wood floor. Forget about those harsh chemicals and cleaning products that leave your floors hazy and lifeless. We've researched, developed, and now produce the best hardwood floor cleaner ever. Our cleaner breaks the bonds of dirt and grease from your floor's coating without harming it. It's also eco and pet friendly too. Thousands of Mr. Floor clients have been using our cleaners for years, and now you can too. Visit us online at MrFloor.com to learn more and place your order.
Use promo code WGN at checkout for a special offer.
Mr. Floor, the first and last name in floors.
Recently, our company softball team lost the big game by 1 run. Then Dale tried to console us with the quote, "Winning isn't everything." Dale's a loser. I play to win, like early payout from Bet365. If my team goes up big, I get paid out instantly, even if they blow the lead later. Sound familiar, Dale? Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Illinois. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
In a recent survey of 123,000 wireless customers, Pure Talk was the only wireless company to receive 5 stars in every category: coverage, support, value, and data. What else do you need to know? Switch to Pure Talk today and get any plan, including their top shelf unlimited data plan for just $15 a month for your first 3 months. No contract, no commitment. Dial pound 250, say micro, and let Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team help you make the switch.
This week, we'll find out about a new exercise pill in the works. The benefits of exercise without actually doing it. Where do I sign up? We'll check in with good old number 99 Dan Hampton and another installment of Two Truths and Eli. It's Sunday morning, starting at 9 on WGN.
Now back to David Hochberg and Home Sweet Home Chicago.
312-981-7200, 312-981-7200. I know 3 of the mayoral candidates personally. Dr. Wilson, Maria Pappas, and Mike Quigley. And they are all uniquely qualified, better than this mess that we have in the mayor's office right now. So I got personal relationships with all 3 and wish them all the best of luck. This portion of Home Sweet Home Chicago is sponsored by Consumers Credit Union. They have auto rates as low as 4.49% if you qualify, in home equity line of credit rates as low as prime minus 0.5 point for those who qualify, with a start rate of prime minus 2 for those who qualify. Those who qualify on the HELOCs means 731 credit scores or higher. 312-981-7200, 312-981-7200. That's a MegaPros call, text, and photo line. I've got questions here. On an average, how many gallons does a Whirlpool take to fill?
Man, that varies. It could be 30, it could be 60. I've even seen some that are probably over 100. So that's a tough question to answer, but they require a lot of water. If you're going to be using other fixtures after filling a tub, or someone wants to take a shower in a different bathroom, obviously you're not going to have enough hot water.
Roy, how long will a battery on a sump pump run? If the power is out for over 24 hours, would it continue to run, or do you need to have a spare battery on hand to switch out?
Yes, most batteries will
run protects you typically 12 to 24 hours if it's a fully charged battery, but at some point it's going to wear out. It depends on how often it's running and things like that. But yeah, it's good to have an extra battery.
Tim?
Yep. They're asking, why are they doing away with the 75-gallon, and is this only in Chicago or other states?
No, actually, it's nationwide, and they're doing it to meet energy efficiency, what's set up by the government, and they can't do that with the 75-gallon.
Mark, two questions here. How about battery backup in Wisconsin? Is it available up in Wisconsin yet?
Not yet, but it will be coming.
And I have a single-family home that's powered by ComEd and a business that's powered by ComEd that I own. Can I get backup batteries on both of those entities?
It's possible. We need to set up an enrollment form and see if you qualify. But if you qualify, the answer would be yes.
Phone number for our listeners to reach you.
847-302-8310.
That's going to your cell phone because we had a couple of texters nobody's answering. Because
Correct.
you're on the radio.
I'm on the radio.
Okay.
So I apologize for not answering the phone at the present time.
Breaking news. Mark is here. That is his cell phone number.
Oh, it's not AI.
No.
My bad.
Okay.
My bad.
312-981-7200. Glenn, question for Mark. Question for Mike.
Yeah, I'm a little confused about the sump pump theory and all that. I have two buildings in Chicago. They're both older, 1920, 1890. I have no sump pumps at all. I have gravity-fed source system, I guess what it's called, and it doesn't flood. So I'm just wondering, what's the logic of bringing all the water into the house through your aisles around the house and then pumping it back out? Why bring it in the first place?
Yeah, Roy.
I don't understand.
Why bring the water in the first place, Roy?
Because most of us don't have a gravity feed option. You know, if you live up on a hill and you can drain your drain tile out to gravity, that's great. You don't need a sump pump. If you live in the city and all your plumbing is going into the sanitary system, and even your sump pump, if you have one, is pumping into the sanitary system, you don't need a sump pump for your stormwater either. But for those of us who aren't in one of those two categories, and we have to pump the water, out onto the yard, you need a low spot to pump it to, and that's why you need a pump. You don't have gravity at work.
Does that make sense, Glenn?
I guess, okay. and then one more question, please. The gentleman with the backup battery system, you were just talking to him?
Yes.
Yeah. Could you just repeat that phone number one more time? It went by rather quickly.
847.
Hang on. You ready, Glenn?
Yes,
you ready?
I am.
All right, go ahead, Mark.
847-302-8310.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hey, Glenn, repeat it back because I want to make sure you got it because a lot of people are asking the same thing. You repeat it back to me.
847-603.
No.
No.
No. Are you busting my chops? Hang on. It's 847-302.
302.
Right. 8310.
Okay.
That's why I did this. That's why I've been doing this for 20 years.
Sure.
All right. Can you repeat back what I just repeated back to you to make sure that you repeat back the right number?
Wow.
No, my wife's got it in the other room.
All right. Well, then I trust her. All right. Hang on for your Mr. Floor Clean.
Bye.
Forget about it. 312-981-7200. Glenn. Tim.
Hi, David.
How you doing? Nice to meet you.
I need a new 40... are you ready?
I've been ready.
All right. I need a new 40 tank water heater. I live in an old vintage condo building in Ravenswood Manor, and I'm on the top floor. My neighbor, who is also on the top floor, went to a tankless water heater. It is not vented. Water heater is completely electric. A new electric system was installed in the utility closet as well as a standalone electric box. What are the pros and cons of doing that? And I'm wondering if CenterGuard Plumbing does this type of work, or if they would provide the service of disconnecting gas and removing the tank. I did get a quote from an electrician for the new box.
Okay, a lot going on there.
Yeah, dissect that.
You definitely
10 seconds, go.
It really depends on how much money you want to spend. If you want to get rid of your 40-gallon water heater and put in an electric tankless unit, if you want us to come out and eliminate the gas and the vent on your old unit after they put the electric tankless in, we'd be more than happy to do that for you.
Okay.
Nailed it.
Okay.
You said 10
53
seconds.
years old.
Right.
Bang.
Pow! It's not the first time you've done that. Please explain in simpler terms the change for the condos in their budget. Thank you. Okay. You need to have a set aside for for maintenance and upkeep of your property of 10% of the assessments. So if you're collecting $10,000 a month, $1,000 of that has to go into a reserve account on the budget. And you need to have a reserve account. You're going to have to show the reserve account, the balance in your reserve account to make sure it jives. Okay? That is a major change. Now, not only that a major change, you're going to have to go from 10% to 15% on January 4th, and most condos don't have 10%, let alone going to 15%. So you better get your stuff in order, because unless you're selling it to a portfolio lender or you're selling it to somebody with cash, that person buying it is not going to be able to get a loan backed by Fannie or Freddie if you don't have these condo rules in place. And realtors, you're going to have to get involved, because if you think you're going to sell a condo in a building that has no reserves to somebody trying to get a Fannie Freddie loan, you're wasting their time, your time, and everybody in the transaction's time. So all listing agents got to get their head in the game. All buying agents got to get their head in the game. And don't come and drop a piece of crap on your lender's desk and expect us to miraculously change budgets overnight if you're not doing the simple job of scrubbing these condos down ahead of time. Because that's what happens, Tim. They're like, oh, how come we can't get the condo approved? Because they got no budget. Okay, and they're not putting any money away, and they've got no reserves. You're going to buy in that building? I wouldn't tell my buyers to buy in that building. It's a sucker's bet. It's a disaster waiting to happen.
You need a hug.
I need a lot of things. I'm going on a boat ride tonight. Fireworks.
Are you really? Cool.
Wife's coming down.
Nice.
Staying at the Hyatt.
Look at you.
Nice. Better not say anything more, because they screwed it up like 3 weeks ago when I opened my mouth.
I was there for that.
I know.
Hot coffee.
Hot coffee? Yeah.
Cream only.
Cream? Dave, you don't like any sugar in your coffee, Dave?
Hey, Dave, this is the other Dave.
Yeah, I know. So wait a minute. Hold on. Wait, Dave, hold on. You only like hot coffee with cream, no sweetener, no sugar, no Splenda, no equal or anything, no sweet and low?
Nope.
You a diabetic?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, there you
There
go.
goes that joke.
All right.
I'm in that club, obviously. David called me out earlier.
All right. Well, you and Epping.
Yeah.
When I buy some donuts, I feel like I have to go out and buy crack, because my kids have told the local Dunkin' Donuts, because I know them, do not sell them any donuts.
That's good. So you get hooked on crack instead of having a sugar thing. That's good. Your kids love you.
I get it.
Yeah, well, you get it. Epping gets it.
Definitely.
All right, how can we help you, Dave? Welcome to the show.
Well, here's what happened. I was applying for a home equity loan.
Yeah.
And I had a new mortgage company, Rocket Mortgage. They bought out
servicing rights.
Mr.
Cooper.
Mr. Cooper, yeah.
Yeah.
And so I went with them, and they sent me a letter saying if you need a HELOC,
yeah,
to let them know. I figured, well,
yeah,
they hold my mortgage.
They hold a lot of things. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was denied.
You were denied. Why were you denied?
Denied because they said a home or a credit to something value.
Your debt to income was too high.
Yeah, your debt to income, right.
Okay.
Well, I own properties.
Yeah.
You don't report everything.
I understand.
Your accountant says that's why you own properties. The bad thing is if you try to get a loan, now you're screwed.
Well, it depends.
They look at your.
How much do you need?
You look at your.
Dave, I'm up against a break, and the show's over in 10 minutes.
I need
how much?
$70,000.
Okay.
My property is valued at $500,000.
Right. What do you owe?
And I couldn't get a $70,000 loan.
What do you owe?
Home equity loan.
Listen. What do you owe on your house?
$150.
All right. So you owe $150. You need $75, and your place is worth $5.
Right.
Okay. You got bank statements showing money's coming through your bank, your accounts.
Yeah, my rents.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to try to help you. And your credit's good?
788.
Okay. So if and when we get this done, you'll come back on and talk about how great we were able to get this loan done?
Absolutely.
All right. And bring me donuts that you can't eat?
Sugarless.
No. I like the sugar. Listen, I'm not a diabetic. That's your problem. So if I get this done, will you schlep it down and bring me donuts? I'm not even going to try to help you. All right.
You got it done.
All right. Well, hang on for your Mr. Floor cleaning product. I'll follow up after the show. This is Home Sweet Chicago at 7. I don't know where it comes from, Tim. It's just natural.
Yes.
I got to stop watching Don Rickles clips. I just don't understand.
You're a sweetheart.
312-981-72 said nobody. 312-981-7200. 312-981-7200. MegaPro's call, text, and photo line. This is Home Sweet Chicago at 720 WGN. Last leg of the show coming up next.
Your town, your sound, your very own WGN.
We all have so much to do around the house, but perhaps the most important home projects are the ones that keep us safe. According to the CDC, 80% of falls in a home occur in the bathroom. With often limited space and hard surfaces and wet floors, bathrooms can be dangerous. Do you worry about it? Maybe your slippery tub or a high step into the shower, the dim lighting? Those aren't just inconveniences, they're obstacles that can put your safety at risk. Contact Access. A minor bathroom modification today, like a simple grab bar or an elevated toilet seat, can keep you and your loved ones safe while preventing a major home modification down the road. The pros at Access are the leaders in ADA general contracting since 1990. From one-day grab bar installations to walk-in showers to comfort-hide toilets, Access does it all. Call 844-IL-LIFTS. That's 844-455-4387. Or visit allaboutaccess.com. That's allaboutaccess.com.
Hi, I'm Tim Stearns from TJ Stearns. I find that people are generally unaware of certain factors that can significantly impact your path to retirement. Factors like healthcare, taxes, income, and legacy planning. As you approach retirement, if these elements are not addressed, it can have devastating effects. I call it the retirement riddle, and I love solving it. Call me. Let's discuss a Protect and Grow blueprint. 1-800-640-2256. My only minimum is that you're a nice person. 1-800-640-2256 or visit tjstearns.com.
Most homes sell for less than they should simply because they weren't prepared properly. At the Sarah Leonard team, preparation isn't an afterthought, it's the strategy. Hi, it's Sarah Leonard. For more than 20 years, we've built a trusted network of painters, handymen, cleaners, and stagers who know exactly how to make a home shine. When our partners go to work, sellers see the difference. Their homes show better, sell faster, and for more money. The preparation doesn't have to be stressful. From decluttering and organizing to staging and decorating, our team guides you step by step on what to do to maximize your home's value. You get full service support, expert direction, and a smoother selling experience from start to finish. Because when it's time to sell, who you choose matters. Choose the team that knows how to position your home for its highest price. Choose the Sarah Leonard team. Your home sold, guaranteed, or we'll buy it. Call 224-263-1238 or visit WGNSarah.com.
When you buy a car, you got a lot of options. You get 4 wheels, but how many doors do you want? Do you want a trunk or a front? A sunroof, moonroof, or a roof that comes all the way off? With Consumers Credit Union, your team can help you find your dream car and finance it with the kind of low fees and great rates that keep your options open. Consumers Credit Union. The people in your corner. Federally insured by NCUA.
Let's review. My daughters take after my wife. They take hot showers. I get water alert. Your water usage is going.
You're wasting tons of water.
I'm in and out. I'm like an Indy pit stop, right? Hair, underarms, down below.
Robin's son is right.
3 minutes. Tops.
Wow, that's impressive.
I know that's what you're thinking. It's amazing 90 seconds.
Now, here's David Hochberg and Home Sweet Home Chicago.
312-981-7200, 312-981-7200. Thanks for co-hosting the show today, Tim.
It was a blast. Thanks for having me, Dave.
A lot of calls, a lot of texts. Thanks to all the listeners on this beautiful day for listening. Roy, nugget of knowledge on your way out, buddy.
Let's stop basement flooding wherever possible. Get a basement defender. It'll test your pump every day. 800-421-SEAL or PermaSeal.net.
Mark, if our listeners want to reach out to you to see if they qualify for a complimentary battery backup system, what is the best number while you're still on the air, but you will call everybody back? What's the best number to reach you?
847-302-8310.
847-302-8310. Just send me, go to david@56david.com. Just email me a copy of your ComEd bill. I'll forward it over to Mark and see if you could help our listeners with their electric needs and qualify for a backup battery system.
Thank you very much for having me on the show.
Mike Epping, best plumber that I know. And you've done, like I said, it's like the clip. By the way, Hanson and I did that in one take.
Amazing. I can't wait for the listeners to hear it.
Yeah, John and I recorded a new commercial for Mike on Friday afternoon. Walked in there at literally 4:01, walked out of Ernie's studio at 4:03, and it was just pure magic. I just follow whatever John tells me to do. Our listeners want to reach out to you, nugget of knowledge. Fire away, buddy.
Yeah, take advantage of the water heater sales we've got going on. We financing now, and I just want to let you know, any competitor, licensed plumbing company, if you get a bid, I will beat it by 10%. And that includes excavations, which could be thousands of dollars. So take advantage of that. I know you might have a plumber that you've used in the past. Please give us an opportunity. And we will not only take care of you, but we will save you some money in the process.
And are you offering the purging of the tank special, the $99? Is that still $99, or did it go up?
I hadn't planned on doing that. You brought it up twice, so we're going to put that back in effect, $99 to flush your water heater.
John Hanson made an appearance in the production booth, everybody. John Hanson is in the house. Coming up, Let's Get Legal, the #1 show on WGN after our show ends at 1 o'clock. Tim, thanks for co-hosting. You did a great job.
Thank you, sir. It was great being here.
You want to give you got 30 seconds, anything? Nothing at all? How great John Hanson is?
John Hanson's outstanding, and give us a call at 1-800-640-2256 if I can help you with anything all financial.
You want to plug your next appearance on John Hanson's show, All About Money?
Tuesdays with Tim.
Tuesdays with Tim.
Your money matters.
Your money matters. Yeah, you got a fixed spot.
Yes.
I get the fill-in call. Hey, how's 6:30? The other 7 guests we want, they're there. Look, he's not happy. Look at him. Look, he's not happy. He's
he's off camera, thank God.
He's back to sign language. All right, if you need if our listeners want to reach you, what's the best way to reach you?
1-800-640-2256.
All right, we got 20 seconds. If you're looking to purchase a new home, refinance your existing home, or just want help getting set up to buy a home in the future, help your kids out, or your nieces and nephews, grandkids out with their financing on their homes, enhance their credit, give me a call, 855-563-2843, or go to 56david.com. That's 56david.com. Thanks for listening, everybody. Have a great weekend. Go Bears.
Listen up, Chicago. When you're looking for windows and doors, don't put your trust in a company. Put it in a family, like family-owned Next Door and Window.
That's right, John. Next is a local, family-owned business, and we've been 100% focused on replacing windows and doors for over 23 years. And 95% of our customers say they will recommend Next.
Replacing doors and windows is a huge project, so where do I start?
Give us a call, 844-600-NEXT, to schedule a free in-home consultation. We will do a thorough assessment of your windows and doors and provide recommendations on replacement options. We'll work with you at your pace so you can buy when you're ready.
I'm ready now, Justin.
Great timing, John, because Next is offering 50% off installation, 0 interest, and 0 payments for 12 months.
When you're looking for a local family-run window and door